Alrighty. Welcome back to another episode of NOVAtazz's... No, this isn't NOVAtazz Automatic Podcast. There. This is... brain fart. Garage Tools and Barstools. That's what it is. This is episode 2. We took off last week. Just wasn't really feeling up to filming last week. I forget what was going on. But back again this week. I see Bradley's already down in the chat. Welcome aboard. Oh, I know what happened last week. We didn't have any internet. Couldn't go live. Didn't have any internet. That's what happened last week. We'll see who shows up as far as co-hosts. Obviously, Brad's down in the chat, so I'm guessing he's not popping up as a co-host. I don't know if I have anybody else coming in or not. As far as news and different other things, we'll pop into that in a hot minute. Been having my eyes on buying some new equipment so that way I can actually progress in the scale models that I have behind me. I don't know what that's doing there. Okay. So we will... I don't know why I'm sitting here fucking with shit while I'm trying to go live, but whatever. Hopefully you guys can hear me out there in the internet world out there. I have dabbled a little bit more in this wiring harness for the TA. The problem is right now we're behind in bills. Obviously, to be honest, that is reason why we had no internet last week. It was the bill that didn't get paid. YouTube is still not being very kind to me as far as ad revenue. Yeah, way down. Even with the donations from 2 weeks ago, my January ad revenue is in the toilet. By the way, thank you guys who donated during the last live stream. Obviously, Brad had the highest amount. He's sitting down in the stream boss directly below us. Where's my ticker that goes across the top? But anyway, hopefully that shows back up. But I am looking at picking up an air compressor. A small one, not one for outside in the shop. That's going to have to be during the summer at some point. An air compressor, and a spray booth, and a starter airbrush, along with some other miscellaneous supplies that I have used over the last year that I need to replace. That way I can start doing at least some of the scale stuff while it's cold outside. All that stuff I can do in here right behind me at the craft table. As far as the wiring harness stuff, like I said, haven't been focused on it too much because I know that I can't afford the parts that I'm looking to get. I'm looking at least $200 to $300 worth of parts as far as wires, those relay boxes, which are pretty expensive. I still need to purchase at least another leg for the power distribution block. And what else am I looking at? Power distribution block, wires, all the terminals, the terminal ends that I need, all that stuff. You know, it's not all expensive individually, but when you add up everything together, it gets expensive. I'd like to purchase the radio for the car at the same time so I can get that wired in. Again, that's going to be just another expense added to that. It might not make it in until after the car is together. I don't know. But it would be nice to have that before I put the wiring harness in, so I have the harness for that as well. But that's going to have to wait a little bit. Like I said, we are me and my partner were a little bit behind on the bills, so putting money towards the cars and stuff like that is not at the top of the list. So, not sure who all's out there. I got 2 likes, only 1 viewer. Who's the other like? And who popped in and left? But anywho, so as far as the Trans Am, it's on hold due to money and the fact that the garage is cold as shit. For those of you who don't know, I live in Pennsylvania and it's been pretty damn cold. Also working on getting the other half of the garage cleaned out. Because I'm looking at bringing the Novas home. That'll save me some money because right now they're costing me a pretty penny to store every month. So the sooner I can get them home, like I said, the Nova was the Trans Am was not meant to take this long. The Trans Am was meant to get running and get out the door last summer, so I could bring the cars. I wasn't planning on storing the cars this long, and now they're starting to like cost me some money. Well, they were costing me money before, but now they're costing me more money to store than I had planned. And I don't have anywhere else to put them, so I need to get the garage cleaned out so that way I can get them home. If I at least get the other side of the garage cleaned out, I can at least take apart the one Nova and possibly get the other one home once I scrap the main part of the rusted one, the original Christine. So I think that's as far as I got for... another channel update. I did get I got the cords and stuff I needed for the... Right here. For the drawing tablet. I was thinking about going live for some of the drawing sessions, for some of the channel art. I don't know if that would be of an interest to you guys or not. But, just to sit here and now that I'll have all 3 screens, it won't be that big of a deal to go live while also drawing the drawing when I'm the channel art. I got a couple of ideas floating around in my head. I had one, so I have the blower and the brain. That's the Mind Blown shirt. I wanted to do something for the Turbo guys, so I'm still thinking about what I want to do with that. I want to incorporate some biological element with turbos. I don't know if it's like a heart that's being fed by like twin turbos or maybe lungs. I would say probably a heart. I've got the brain with the blower, maybe a heart with a turbo. Maybe like something like turbo fan at heart or whatever. Still playing with that idea. I want to do a rendering of both the Trans Am and the Nova in their final form. So I want to draw those both up. So that's the Trans Am and that, I don't know what you would call it, murdered purple candy, murdered purple pearl, and then the Nova in her black on gray with the mustard pinstripe. So technically it's black and pepper gray. Pretty sure they're the same colors that were used in the... if you want to think about it, think of it like Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds, but reversed. So gray racing stripes with the dark colored body. Actually, no, I think Eleanor was... The pepper gray was the dark color on Eleanor. and then the light color gray. So it would be close, but it's going to be light silvery gray for the stripes, and then the main part of the body will be a black, and then there will be a gray scallop down the side. And wherever there's gray, you'll have like smoky ghost black flames down the stripes down the side of the car. And then separating the gray and the black only on the horizontal split of the two colors will be like a little thin 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch mustard yellow, mustard orange pinstripe. So I would like to get those rendered up. I'd like to see both of those cars, what they will finally look like once I ever get to them. Hopefully this channel doesn't die and I'm able to do what I want with them. I'm hoping this is just a lull before we pick back up. We're almost reached... we have almost reached... Where are we at? We are at 2,886. We're almost at 2,900 subs, which is pretty cool. So we got a couple more subs to get to 2,900, and then another 100 to get to 3,000. So just over 100 subs, and we'll hit 3,000 subs. Another milestone for me. I mean, I was hoping to hit 5,000 subs, but I am quite happy to be able to have reached. I would be quite happy to reach 3,000 subs. Yeah, I think that's a long way off there, Bradley. I'd have something pretty crazy would have to happen for me to hit 1 million subs. I mean, just speaking, not honestly, but realistically. I mean, yes, I plan on doing something pretty cool with the Novas. I'd love to throw a supercharged LT engine in the Nova, but finances have to permit that. Right now, finances aren't there for that, so it's looking like I'm going to find a junkyard LQ4 for that car, because I'm pretty sure an aluminum block for 6.0 is going to be harder to come by than the iron block version. Yeah, I don't need just subscribers. I need subscribers that watch the content. Hi, Rebecca. I mean, and that's the thing is I know a lot of people harp on subscribers. Subscribers are great, but I need hi, Brad's mom. I need viewers. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather have viewers that aren't subscribed than subscribers that don't view. I think that's where people get mixed up when they are talking about, being all harping on subscribers. Like I said, subscribers are awesome, but what's better is consistent viewers. A consistent viewer, I think, is more dedicated to a channel, whether they're subscribed or not. And I know I followed a few channels for a long time before I actually subscribed to them, just because they kept popping up in my feed and they were producing content that I wanted to watch. Which hopefully I'm producing content that people want to watch. Right now I'm not producing anything because I don't have anything to film. Kind of stuck with the models. I can't build the models because I don't have a way to paint them. And right now I'm at a stage where I kind of need to paint stuff. I can't work out in the garage because the wiring harness is sitting over here on top of the dog cage. And I need parts, and I don't have money for the parts. So yeah, and so I haven't really been filming anything. I could film, like I said, doing the drawing stuff. I mean, it doesn't take me much, now that, I can have this hooked up in, as soon as I can find where I have the end of, there we go. It's literally, it's that easy now. And I can sit here and draw. I might draw today. I don't know. But, I just don't know what I'm doing right now. Motivation and all that is a big part of it too. When your content isn't doing very good, it makes it hard to motivate to want to make more content. So like I said, that's kind of the channel update at the moment. It's not much has changed since last week. Well, if you're subscribed to the channel and you hit the little bell notification, which I'm surprised it didn't show up as a notification, because normally if you subscribe to the channel while the live stream is on, there should be a notification that pops up. It depends on whether or not your subscriptions are public or not. But anyway, if you're subscribed to the channel and you hit the little bell notification and set, all notifications, you'll get a reminder when I go live. It'll remind you right on the phone. But I don't know if you know the podcast that much, if Brad said anything, but it's basically car talk. Anything that you would end up talking about if you're hanging out in the garage with your buddies. So we talk, cars, movies, whatever hits our mechanically inclined brains. Talk about the channel, talk about other people's channel. If I have co-hosts up here, we tend to have a decent conversation going. Today's no co-host today, apparently, so we'll go with that. But yeah, so yeah, we tend to end up having more to talk about when I'm more producing more stuff out in the garage. Like I said, currently looking to pick up some stuff to do the stuff with the models. Currently working on that FD100 pickup truck and a 70 Chevelle. If I don't break it. This is actually the front grille for the Chevelle. That's custom. I have bumper bolts in there that work for factory. And then we also are working on... let's get in the light here. This FD100 hot rod black with gloss black chrome. Like I said, stuck because I didn't want to use spray paint. So I'm looking at picking up an airbrush so that way I can get a nicer finish. What else am I doing? So the Trans Am's on hold because I'm waiting for parts. I'm waiting for money to buy the parts. I haven't bought them yet. Oh. And so the other thing I've been doing was working on my girlfriend's crystal business stuff. I made her a logo, which I showed on this channel before. It's a key with a snake wrapped around it. It looks really, really cool. Her company is called Crossroad Crystals Co. She sells crystals and metaphysical items. raw specimens. I have some of her. She sells carvings too, like this little squirrel guy I have here. So, I think she sells these fox, which aren't going to show up too well, apparently. Yeah, that's a what do they call it? The fox with the 9 tails. Hey, Biggie. The other thing I might do, maybe I might start live streaming video gaming again. I just got wind that the new Forza Motorsports will drop this year, but it looks like it's going to drop at the end of this year. I might start live streaming racing on that. I used to do that before. Haven't really played Forza in a while because Forza 7 kind of was a hot mess. But I was thinking about doing that. I might be only on Twitch, though. I don't know if I'm going to do that over here on Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube. Blah. But anyway, I was doing stuff for her Crossroad Crystal Company. Did the logo for that for a little bit. What else am I doing? Thinking about working on... I still need to do the artwork for this podcast, the Garage Tools and Barstools. I was thinking of doing like a workbench and then having like a bar stool with like a microphone on top of it. As far as the channel art for this podcast, I don't know if you guys have ideas. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook and let me know what they are, or tell me down here in the chat. But if you throw it in the chat, I might forget it. So if you have any ideas of cool artwork that I could do for that, I still need to do the giveaway. I need Jesse to pop in because I need to get a promo code to give Jesse so he could get his shirt for last year. Winning last year's NOVAtazz. And then once Jesse gets his, we'll work on second place, which I think was Kat. And then I think it was Chris and Brad. I think. Jessica, my girlfriend, she automatically wins anyway. So she'll get whatever she wants. Probably a Resident Troll shirt is what I think she was looking for. But yeah. You just need ideas for stuff to do that has my interest. So as far as not my channel news, you missed what? What did you miss, Brad? This is the part about not having co-hosts that sucks. Chatting with you guys in the chat, you guys are quite a bit back from what I'm saying. So by the time you type and post it versus me and then me respond to it and then me waiting for you to reply to it, it's a good 30-40 seconds. The winners from last year's NOVAtazz. I need to get Jesse to get in touch with... I need Jesse to pop on. I need Jesse to pop on so that way we can work out getting his shirt. And then once he gets his shirt and I can make sure I can afford somebody else's, it'll be the next person in line, which I think is Kat. I'm gonna go double check here real quick because, like I said, I saved that picture. We see iStream media. Oh, that's a lot of pictures from something. I don't remember seeing those. Anywho's, where was the picture that I took? There it is. Alright, so it would have been Jesse, then Kat, then Chris, and then Brad. And if I do the top 5, Big E's also in that. Yeah, I think I was going to do the top 5. So it's going to be Jesse, Kat, Chris, Brad, and Elliot. Yeah, but my girl doesn't. I'm not counting my girl in the overall. She was at the top, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to take the first 5 other than her. Wow, I didn't even realize that. I'm looking at this model, and it's got white paint on the top of it. Let me clear it off here. It is so dirty. But the white paint, I'm not sure if that it's going to show up. It might be too bright. You could just barely see it. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. The paint has cracked horribly. I might have to take this apart and repaint it. But at that point, what do you repaint it at? Because I'll lose all of the Charger emblems and all of that. But the paint has cracked horribly on that car. Yeah, ADHD brain. I got some cool thing. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I got a little Dale Earnhardt bear back here. I got a lot of cool things. I got a Team Orca Viper. I did this back when I was a kid. I think I was like 16 when I did this. I'm, 39 now? I mean, it's from... What's it going to tell me? 1/18 scale. No, there's no date on it. I don't know when this particular model was from. But yeah, I did this model back when I was a kid. One of my favorites. I almost want to strip it and do it in like the iconic red and silver stripes. Almost. Or maybe the blue and silver. Yeah, I squirrel all the time. Shoosh. I made the space. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put that spray booth, because I don't know how big it is, but I have a feeling I would probably end up either sticking it in here, or I would stick it here and be able to close it up. Because it is something that you can like close up and put away. But I don't think I would actually take it off of the desk. So I might put it here and move this. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll see when I get it. I can look real quick to see if it has dimensions on it, how big it is. It's not necessarily super small. Where was it? I think this one is it. or at least close to it. Sizes maybe. No, not going to give me a size. Description maybe. Dimensions. Is it going to give me a dimension? Yeah, alright. So the turntable is 7.5 inches. So it is 23 by 15 inches by 13. So that's the size of the box. So I'm going to guess that it's around 23 inches wide and closed up it's 15 inches deep. I do not have a... Don't think I have a tape measure like right here handy. I did. I don't know where it went. Oh well, fuck it. Anyway, I'm going to say... Yeah, that's going to be a good space. I'm probably going to have to put it back there. Yeah, I've always been into scale hobbies. Just never had... When I was a kid, I didn't have access to all of the stuffs. And I didn't have time or make myself time and space until recently. So, it is something that I want to get back into, and I'm going to. We had a new... Was it? Oh, it was from Facebook. We had a new Facebook... Yeah, it was from Facebook. We had a new Facebook follower, Christopher Nathan Ellis. Yeah, that's what it was. Before I was working all the time, and I didn't have anywhere I could have a dedicated space to do it. And because of those two things, I wasn't able. But yeah, it's one of the things that when I left the state hospital, as far as job-wise, it was one of the things that I had promised myself that I was going to start doing things that I wanted to. That was part of the reason of going to Keystone when I worked for that company, was the fact that I could make my own schedule there, or at least that's what it was when I started. And that was one of the things that I wanted is I wanted my weekends free to be able to do the activities and stuff that I enjoy doing. And I wanted to make sure that I had money and time to do the things that I wanted to do. I have a garage that I can't work in right now. I mean, I can. It's just not... It's not comfortable nor pleasant. Because there is no insulation in that garage as of yet. Hopefully I will change that this summer. That is part of the plans. But like I said, it all revolves around freaking money. And if I don't have the money, well, it's not going to happen. I mean, the plans are to gut the garage as far as... that center wall, all of the wiring in that garage is going to get pulled out. I'm getting a new panel put in there that is capable of running, an air compressor, a welder, a drill press, and stuff like that when I get to that point. But yeah, the garage is getting renovated to fit the needs. It was just a handyman's garage before. So it had, rudimentary, enough lights, enough wiring out there to run some lights. It's definitely not capable of running any decent power tools. So, yeah, we got to work on that. I legit was working out of a shed at one point. When I lived in the trailer at the horse farm, my cars all sat outside. I had a little shed behind the trailer, or whatever they call it, modular home. And I had all of my tools and stuff in that shed. That was my garage. I had all my toolboxes and stuff just stuffed in that little shed, and I worked outside. If Will was here, he'd vouch for me, but yeah, I've done my fair share of not having a garage. When I originally bought the Nova, I had a concrete pad in my neighbor's yard. Me and my neighbor were friends. It's part of the reason why I moved there was I literally moved right next door to my best friend at the time. And we both used that concrete pad, to do work on, so that we had somewhere to jack up the cars and whatever. I did the original V8 swap for the Nova on that pad. I went from the inline 6 to the 305. Replaced the transmission on that pad. Did a rear main seal and rebuilt the cylinder head on my 89 Jeep Cherokee. Let's see. I did all of the paint and body work on the Nova when it went from the primer gray to its first black on blue. From there, I worked at a car friend's driveway. He had a big shop, but I parked my car outside of his shop on his gravel driveway. But he had them big gravels that were like, they might as well have been huge. I mean, we're talking gravel chunks that were like this big. That was what was on his driveway. And laying your back on one of those, that's not the most comfortable thing in the world. And I replaced every single bearing in the bottom of that 305 in that driveway. With the engine still in the car. Literally jacked the engine up, dropped the oil pan, and the timing cover, basically everything off the front of the engine. Pulled all of that off. And replaced all of the main bearings and all of the connecting rod bearings. And the rear main seal. In that driveway. That was fun. I don't think I would do that again now. My back would hate me. Geez, that was over 10 years ago. Because that was right after my first kid was born. And he's 12, 13. I think he's 12. So, and then I went a few years. Well, no. We moved to another town, and that's where I started my YouTube channel. That was the first couple of videos on my YouTube channel were filmed in that parking lot. Then I went a couple years without anywhere to film. Then I ended up, we got the trailer on the horse farm where I worked there. That was basically kind of mud and gravel. And then worked at my girlfriend's grandfather's garage for a little while. That at least had an air compressor and stuff. That's where we got Jean Grey running again. No, we got Jean Grey running at the trailer. But I did a lot of work on Jean Grey. We replaced the whole front, the front rad support we tore apart, replaced, and, took 2 rad supports, cut them apart, and made 1. And we also replaced all of the body mounts there. And that's where Chris and Brad rescued my cars from. Oh, they rescued... Brad rescued my cars, helped rescue my cars from my girlfriend's dad's house. Chris and Miss Formey helped me rescue the cars from her grandfather's house and her dad's house. Though I wouldn't say I was really rescuing them from her dad's house. It was her dad's neighbors that were bitching. So, her dad's pretty cool. But, let's see. Forza Motorsports. They just released a trailer on Wednesday? Yeah, they just released a new trailer on Wednesday. Super excited to start playing racing games again. I've had some pretty lackluster ones the last couple of years. I know people like Horizon 5. Not really my thing. They haven't read really any racing games that are my kind of thing that were arcadey in the last couple of years. I don't play Gran Turismo since like Gran Turismo 5. Yeah, but you decided to do that before me and Chris got back, and none of you guys, like, all it would have taken is one of you guys to pick up your phone and record it. I could have gotten the footage from you. But nobody decided to record it, and I wasn't there. They do have a saying, though, it doesn't happen unless there's proof, and I don't have any proof. But, I mean, the big thing is those cars are technically safe right now, as long as I can keep paying that bill. That bill went up $20, $20 a month, by the way. I think I now pay like $160 a month to store those 2 cars. Yeah, well, I don't even have access to my Xbox right now. It's out in the garage. I'm not even sure. Like, I heard that that Motorsport's being released on Steam. So, I mean, if it is, I don't know if I'm even going to keep my Xbox whatever membership, because I don't really have any need for it. I don't know of any games that I really play that I use the Xbox for. Yeah, like if the stuff's on Steam, I don't see a reason to keep paying for the Xbox every month. I mean, my computer can far outplay anything on the Xbox, and unless they release games on the Xbox that I want to play that I can't get on Steam or one of the other PC places, I can buy it. No, if I buy it on Xbox, then I have to keep up with that Xbox subscription to be able to play it on my PC. So, like, I pay, I don't know if it's $15 or $20 a month for their Xbox Game Pass, and you have to have the upgraded version to be able to play the Xbox games on the PC, which is what I pay for. And like I said, if there's not a game that I need that I've bought on Xbox that I need that to play, I don't know. I guess. Like I said, I don't even know why I have. Yeah, I don't know. I know how that works. But if I don't need to be paying that subscription, I don't see the point of wasting why I'm doing it. I mean, that's another couple of bucks I can shave down. I already stopped paying for TubeBuddy. $20 a month for TubeBuddy was just ridiculous, especially when I'm only making around $20 a month on YouTube at this point. There will either be a co-host or another chat by the one that only Firebird Nation in about 30 to 40 minutes, he said. Okay. That's if we're still on at 34. I hope we're still on at 30 to 40 minutes. Depends on how much we have to talk about. I mean, we've only been live for, 40, 45 minutes now. There's something else I didn't know if you guys knew about it. Did you know there's going to be another Mad Max movie? Or at least from that universe. Furiosa is currently being filmed. Yeah, Furiosa. It's basically a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, and it's supposed to cover the character Furiosa from Fury Road, which was the bald-headed chick with the mechanical arm. It's supposed to chronicleize where she, how she came into the picture for Fury Road. So it's like a pre-Fury Road movie, but it's after Thunderdome, but before Fury Road. As far as in the universe's timeline. I've seen a couple pretty cool looking cars. I am not positive whether or not Mad Max is actually in it, along with his Ford Interceptor. But from what I've seen of clips of the movie, it looks pretty cool. It's a shame Team Mechanic isn't here because one of the cars is a Mercury Cougar. I know that he has a soft spot for the big body Cougars. So, but I was actually watching a bunch of stuff from that before I went live. I had to stop the one video to start setting up for the live stream. But it looks pretty cool. It's still directed by the same directors that did the first Mad Max movies. So still a lot of live action car shots. I'm assuming there's going to be some CGI background stuff. But as far as a lot of the car stunts, there's still going to be mainly, live action car stunts. Which I wish Hollywood would go back to doing that for car stuff. Is go back to doing the actual true car stunts instead of all of the CGI stuff we get whenever it comes to stunts. I think they look cooler. I think they're more realistic. The cars have more weight. Obviously, because they're real. It does suck that cars get destroyed to do it, but I think the end result is much better. But, yeah. If you look it up, let's see if I can find out what the channel was that I was watching. I need to get a charger. Alright. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, back. Just need to grab a charger. My phone is on. It needs to be hooked up to life support. Oh, saved it. Yeah, I kind of like that. It lets me get up from the camera real quick. And if I really need privacy, I can mute the mics and stuff. Somebody said something about possibly adding some kind of background music or whatever for it. I wouldn't know what to add to it just yet. Let's see. Let's go back to my YouTube and library. Mad Max Bible was the channel. So it's Mad Max Bible. But yeah, they're showing a bunch of screenshots of some of the behind the scenes and different stuff. Hi, Pilot. Welcome to 2023. Not sure if you were here the first episode of 2023. But got a new look. Got a new look, and I also have we're not using StreamYard anymore, so it'll become more evident when I have multiple co-hosts. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the new look. If I am right, Jesse should be joining here shortly, because he normally pops in right around 10 o'clock. Sometimes he holds out till 11, but I don't have that on this setup. I would have to switch to a different scene. I mean, I could animate that in here, but it's not. I haven't set that up on this on this setup. I mean, I got the flames. I mean, come on. What's more do you need than that? That sucks for you guys. I don't have snow, I don't think, here tonight. At least I hope we don't have snow here tonight. Let me check the weather then. You guys got any other cool car stuff that you want to come out with? Oh, there you go. I do know something else. Elon Musk has delayed the Tesla truck to 2024. I mean, that was supposed to be released in 2020. It's been pushed back to 2024 now. I'm sorry. I find that absolutely hilarious. And the thing is it's so no longer relevant. I mean, Chevy, Ford, I think even Dodge have okay electric trucks that look so much better than the freaking ugly ass Tesla truck. I mean, the only reason people wanted it was the novelty, and I'm pretty sure that novelty has worn off. That truck will probably never... I'd be amazed if that truck even does remotely okay when they finally do get it out. I bet you people buy it and turn around and sell it, if they can find even buyers for it. Yeah, no, we're supposed to get rain tomorrow afternoon, no snow. I don't even know... Are we getting snow anytime in the future here? Next Wednesday. The 8th and 9th. 8th, 9th, and 10th, it looks like there's going to be snow. I don't know how much, but... Yeah, it doesn't even look like it's 100% or anything, so... Hopefully by then I have ordered the stuff for the spray booth and stuff. So I'll at least have a video for that. Because, I mean, It's funny. I my channel is mainly car stuff. I think that's near Big E. Big E would have to say something on that, but I'm pretty sure that's up by Big E. But anyway, my car's mainly big car. My channel's mainly big car stuff, but the couple of model videos that I did. Oh, okay. That's right. We checked after the thing. But I have had several requests for me to do the next couple of videos on the stuff that I started with the models. So that might be a decent source of views for the channel. Is the scale model community. I have no problems tapping into that market if I can. I mean, I'm big cars, little cars, artwork, gaming, well, and furnitures, which that doesn't really fit into cars, but I'm a maker in general. And I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to have to pause the screen again and go get another beer. Ew. Sorry, Barrett Jackson and Malcolm Auction both have a super bad taste in my fucking mouth. Excuse my language. I used to like watching them when I was younger, but anymore, all it does is it pisses me off. Because it's just, to me, it's just a bunch of out-of-touch rich people sitting here, and I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. The fact of seeing the prices of what some of these cars are going for, and the ridiculous prices people are willing to pay for stuff, and then what it ends up doing to, how it ends up trickling all the way down to entry level getting into, classic cars. All it ends up doing, there's no reason a square body Chevy is going for like 10 to 20 grand for a fucking rusted out shitbox. Oh no. You know what? And that stuff. I mean, putting a Tesla in a classic car just makes me sick. But hey, you know what? It's their car. What they ever want to freaking do with it, fine, whatever. My opinion is I don't like it. But, hey, it's not my car. There's a lot of things that people do to cars that I don't like, but again, they're not my car. You won't see a Tesla in any of my cars. Would I own an electric car at some point? Probably I will end up having to. Would it be necessarily by choice? Probably not. It'll probably just be because that's where things are. But, my TA, my Nova will not have a Tesla in it. We won't have an electric power plant in it. Not to mention, has anybody noticed these electric vehicles in general are just like everything else today? Everything is pay to play. Everything is, you want this option, you need to subscribe to this. You want that option. You're buying a car, but yet you don't have access to everything that your car comes with. You buy a car today and you buy it with power windows. You have power windows. Can you imagine if you bought a car, there's a power window switch, but to be able to use it, you had to, pay to unlock it? You go buy a V8 car and 4 of the cylinders are locked. You're not allowed to use those 4 cylinders until you pay for that power level. I mean, that's what Dodge did with the Dodge Charger and stuff. It's like, Oh yeah, the car is capable of 900 horsepower from the factory, 900 electric horsepower. But you only have access to like 400 of it. You know, if you want to unlock the next power level, you have to come to us and pay us for that electric tune to be unlocked, so you can use that other extra horsepower. It's just stupid. I don't. It's like at that point, it's not a car. It's just another smart device that people have learned how to put behind paywalls. You buy the car, but then half the car is locked behind another paywall that you have to pay. It's ridiculous. It's stupid, and it's just the way that and everybody's so enthusiastic about it. It's like, oh, I can't wait, and da 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 da. It's like, no, ew, gross, stop. I mean, you look at yourselves. We'll be buying a blender, and to be able to use the freaking puree setting on the fucking blender, we have to go into an app and pay to use the puree option for the next 30 minutes. No, no, I am in disagreement with you, Pilot, in 100%. Look, yes, the cars all look cool. I mean, the Banshee concept for the or whatever the hell that was, the Dodge Charger, whatever they called their freaking thing, does it look cool? Yes, I agree with you. It looks cool. But at the end of the day, it's a golf cart. It's an overpowered golf cart. Of course it's all-wheel drive. I mean, to be honest, and not even a golf cart, it's a glorified kid's Power Wheels. It's a grown-up Power Wheels. That's what it is. Power Wheels are all-wheel drive. Why? Because electric motors are small. They can afford to put an electric motor at all four corners. I mean, the thing is at the end of it, it's not what I want a car for. I shouldn't say. It's not what I want an enthusiast car for. A car to get me from point A to point B, fine. But if I want a car to go out and go enjoy, I'm a gearhead. At the end of the day, I'm a gearhead. I like mechanical machines. So it's the mechanical machine part that gets me going. So it's a hybrid. But still, I don't know. I don't want a hybrid either. I would. I don't know how to explain it. I get my jollies off on analog mechanical things. Doesn't have to even be just cars. I like old mechanical things. I like new mechanical. I like things that mechanically work. My RC car, which isn't in here, it's out in the garage. I don't even own an electric RC car. I have a nitro gas RC car. Again, because I enjoy fiddling with mechanical things. It's just me. Like I said, what I use in day-to-day stuff because of convenience is one thing. When I want something to be passionate about, there's no enthusiasm. There's no rush in the heart for an electric vehicle. It's just, call me whatever you want. It's just I don't have, like, it doesn't excite me. I don't get giddy over an electric vehicle. I mean, yeah, they're gonna have instant torque, so it's gonna throw you back in your seat. I understand it, but if the only reason I drove a car is because it threw me in the back of my seat, then I guess that would be fine. But it's not just it's not the torque and all of that gets me going. It's the engine itself. Brad, I can have an electric shocking experience. All I gotta do is grab the spark plug of my fucking engine. Let me pull the spark plug wire off the side of my engine. I'll get an electric shock too. But it'd still be a mechanical engine. And that's cool, Rebecca. I mean, my mom promoted my mechanical freedom as well. I was tearing apart things by the time I was 3-4 years old. My kid has the same. My kid just built his first model the other day. I just have to go. I'm ashamed though. It was a Ford. Let me go get it real quick. So, my 5-year-old built this on, what was that, Thursday? Wednesday? I think that was Wednesday. It's just a snap tight. It's not a, it's not a super detailed model. But yeah, he built his first model the other day. I do have his other one over here. He's building this one too. Don't go nowhere. Which I think is also a Ford. Yeah, this one's also a Ford. Don't know why my kid's building Fords, but this is the other one he's building. He'll be building this one next. One of the initiations when I went to tech school, they had a gutted out like lawnmower engine that still had the flywheel and the coil on it, and they had us all hold hands, and then they completed the circuit and spun the freaking the crank over. I think we have a Chris that has joined us. But he has his mic muted currently. And I might have to finagle with some stuff to get him to join. So let me move some stuff around and see what I got going on. Okay. Alright, do I have this set here?
Oh, wow.
Okay, hold on. I hear you. I have to play with my settings now that you're joined. Convert this over to... No, it's still not. Huh. There we go. Active speaker. View, speaker view. Okay. Done. There we go. And now I just need to make me big.
Are you looking around?
want everything. I just want that. There we go. Make me big. Bigger. There we go. You should be up on screen.
And Miss Army said it was working.
Yeah, I had to finagle with some stuff. Okay.
How does your...
There we go. I think I have everybody where they need to be now. Alright, I can mark that back up. Now, hopefully, everybody can hear you. Can anybody hear Chris?
We can hope. I'm still trying to find the...
In settings, clicked on enable Chris. That's hilarious. Brad says he can hear you. And hopefully there's no echo. I think I figured that out a while ago. To get rid of the echo. And then you should be able to see me. They should be able to see me. And everything should be hunky-dory.
Should be happy.
Should be. Alrighty. And if we have more than one person in here, what's cool about the setup that I have, whoever is speaking will show up on the live stream feed. So like before it showed all of you guys, so even if you weren't speaking, everybody would see everybody. The way I have it now, and it's easier for me to do it this way than it would be to do the other way. I can still do it to where everybody had their own screen, but then I would have to split the screen up and know who would be joining ahead of time. So that way I could give you guys your own windows. But with you guys popping in and out whenever you're able to, the way I have it set up right now works because it doesn't show me in the active speaker ever. I get my own little always dedicated spot. Chris, do you remember way back when we first switched off of Google Hangouts and we used Skype before?
Yeah, ages ago?
Yeah, ages ago. And I would have it so everybody had their own little window.
Yeah, I don't remember sure how you did it, but...
Well, it's the same way. I'm doing it the same way I did way back then. But back then, I had to know who was coming and joining the live before the live started.
In order to have it set up and in there.
Yeah, because that way everybody I knew whose screen was going to be there and who would be there. Because I don't have that I can't count on everybody being here every week like I used to be able to. So I can't do that. So I figured this was easier. It has an active speaker mode, so whoever's talking, it switches to their video feed. And it actually grabs the video feed coming into Skype. So I'm not screen capturing my screen and cropping it down to fit your resolution. It's literally grabbing your camera feed going into Skype.
It should actually be faster with your displays and everything, man.
Well, it's going to be a lot. It is literally going to be the resolution that you're feeding Skype. Instead of me taking a screen capture of my screen of the Skype window.
Okay.
So it'll be a nicer picture. It'll be a more consistent picture. And it really will just depend on how well of a connection you have in the live in general. By the way, you got some catching up to do. They're already they got some points already.
Yeah.
It looks like Brad is in the 100,000 range already. Now, granted,
He would be.
He donated and he kicked your ass off of. Well, actually, I reset it. So I reset it at the beginning of the year. For the stream boss. I'm not sure if you're watching the feed itself, but the stream boss is Brad at the moment. I've moved some things around. There's a little window down in the bottom right. It displays the latest subscriber.
Right.
The latest super chatter, the latest PayPal donation person, and how many YouTube subscribers we have currently. That's the four windows down in the bottom, and then I changed the donation cup. It's now like a pint glass, and is a lot bigger and off to the side. New background. I got the flames going on because I'm pretty sure you weren't here for the first live stream of the year.
No.
And like I said, with the active speaker for the main.
I'm sure where it was.
Yeah, and we have the active speaker for the main center window, and of course I'm always up in the top corner. When there's nobody else here, I have to populate myself down in the middle because it won't. There's no feed in the center. But I'm thinking of I could also go live and I can use that center screen for. I was thinking about doing my channel art live. So working on I want to do a rendering of Jean Grey in her completed form, a rendering of Christine in her completed form. Also working on those shirts that I was talking about, the three different views. The three different views of Jean Grey. Oh, him and Jesse were fishing around fucking points all over the place last week. Not last week. Last week I wasn't here because we couldn't pay our internet bill, and they shut it off on us. I found out how much YouTube uses in a weekend because I had to use my phone to supply internet to my TV so I could watch YouTube. I used over 50 gigs of data on my TV in 3 days.
It doesn't take long.
No, I only have 50 gigs of high speed. I had like Sunday. No, it was I think it went out when she got paid. It went back on live Wednesday, and I think I ran out Tuesday night of the high speed data. And yeah, I cannot run YouTube on what the not high speed hotspot data is. Couldn't even run it at 240p, which looked like hot garbage on a 50 inch screen. It was still buffering at 240.
Yeah, a little slow, just a tad.
Yeah, it was buffering constantly, and it looked like I was playing Super Mario Brothers from the freaking original Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so pixelated.
I remember that. Hey, check this out. It's kind of like midget whatever. He hit the mushroom. Well, eventually it'll grow big and fall off the brick wall.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember them days. And back then it was like, oh my God, I got the playing Super. It's the latest rage. Like, by today's, it's hilarious. You take people who play stuff today and take them back to that day when all that started, and they'd be like, how did y'all survive through this?
Yeah, but I mean, just look at the Gran Turismo that we started with, and then look at like Gran Turismo today.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. Even like the Need for Speed games that we started with, and then, have you seen the trailer for the new Forza Motorsport that's coming out the end of the year?
I haven't, no.
Dude, the cars, the paint on the cars has orange peel.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like the cars have the paint literally has orange peel texture to it that reflects the light like orange peel paint would.
Now, that'll be wild.
Oh, it looks good. Now, whether or not it plays good and whether or not they have the multiplayer figured out finally to the point to where you don't get a bunch of idiots in the chat. I mean in the lobby, because that's kind of the reason why, like, me, Big E, Mitwick, and that whole crew, we stopped playing, is because the lobbies were so garbage that it wasn't enjoyable to play. You know, you couldn't play with people that were actually wanting to beat the game. You know, be participants in the race. You'd have a bunch of, you'd only take 2 or 3, you know, to go in there and just purposely wrecking people in the corners or driving backwards and doing stupid stuff. To it just breaks your immersion in the game. And they're private lobbies. Like, if you were just to start a lobby with your friends or whatever, you had to, like, pick each track, and it's like you should be able to have, like, random, like, just like the regular lobbies do, you know, pick random tracks of, you know, whatever, you know, you maybe have it set up to where you could emulate an actual, like, public lobby, but for just you and your friends. But yeah, it got annoying to the point to where we didn't want to play, and so we all stopped playing. I still have
Forza. Like another game you guys are playing all the time. That.
Which one?
Yeah, bunch of people. Well, I don't remember the name of it now. I know there was one you did that you guys used to play. And you did it live. We'd have a bunch of idiots come in there and just start squabbling or whatever. Just ruined it.
We did Forza 7 live. I've done SnowRunner live. SnowRunner and MudRunner. That's the off-road game that we used to play.
Yeah.
What other games have I done live? I did do Gears of War live for a little bit on Twitch. I never did complete that game. What else did we've done? I think Forza was what we did most. Forza and the spin-tired MudRunner, SnowRunner series is mostly what I've done live on this channel. Was thinking about doing 7 Days to Die live, but we play that at, like, really, really bad times to be live. I mean, we're talking, like, we would play from midnight till, like, 5 in the morning. You know?
Yeah, you'd be live and everybody would have to catch it as a...
Yeah,
we would actually put it up as a rebroadcast type thing.
Yeah, because we don't play like during... I don't play video games during normal hours. I don't know why. The latest game I've been playing is Ark.
Well, part of it, you have to say what are normal hours anywhere, because some of your work schedules are all over the place.
Oh, no, Jess's are. I mean, Jess goes in at 4 and comes home at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, she's at work right now. Hopefully, she went to apply for an actual day shift office job in her field, but day shift. She went and applied to be a traveling, like the educators, the ones that teach the new people coming in
how to do everything.
Yeah, and that's a day job, Monday through Friday. Hopefully,
more regulated hours and maybe a little more pay. That'd be good.
Yeah, we're hoping it's better pay because, like, we went from both getting paid decent wages as supervisors, and then I lost that job and took the job I have now, which is great, except for I pay over $130 a week in insurance, which kind of makes the pay kind of, not as nice.
Lackluster.
Yeah, because by the time my insurance, they take my insurance out and they take my child support out, and not left with much.
And all your taxes.
Yeah,
it rapes it.
Yeah, I have money to pay my bill, throw some gas in the vehicle, and possibly buy a couple groceries. I was depending on YouTube to pay for, like, the car stuff, but, like, even with Bradley and them donating last week during the live, I still only have, like, $45 in for this month. And that's not even like what I have currently banked. That's what they're figuring that I will have at the end of the month.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube. It's gotten stupid.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know.
It was stuff they want to do, stuff they expect you to do. Like I said, I don't even worry about our channel because it's so damn small. Granted, we haven't had anything to put up in a long time, which, thank you, COVID and all the other BS going on.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so...
And I don't think we've... Even car shows, to go do a car show, I don't think we've done an actual car show with any of our cars where I used to get a little bit of content in probably 2 years.
All right, so...
probably ever since COVID started, because she didn't go out of the house with anything, and I know I haven't been out anywhere to see any.
So, January, today's the 27th, 28th, or they're going for the 27th. So, as of the 27th, I have $41 banked for this month. Now, I got a couple more days to go to build on that, but $41. That's with their donations from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, ridiculous.
So you're looking closer to 30.
And if you ask them, they don't give you any answers, right?
Right. Well, it's just my CPM has just gone to complete shit. My CPM used to be like $18-ish. It's now down to like $6. And that's like, you only get a percentage of that anyway, but that's like your clicks per million or whatever is like $18 per million clicks or whatever. And yeah, it used to be like 18 something and now it's down to 6. So it just shows you like that's my intake has been cut by like a third, 2/3.
Have they changed any requirements as far as your watch time or any of that at all? Or
they've had some different. They had some new stuff in because of like the shorts and stuff. Because now that you can monetize shorts, but the way that they do that is they put you into a group of shorts, and the percentage of the view time that you get compared to that group is you get paid for that. So like they have an ads of so many after so many shorts, so it's like maybe 4 or 5 shorts there's an ad. Then 4 or 5 more shorts, and then an ad. So the amount of time that your video got viewed per that ad space, it's weird how they figure it out. But you get some money kickback for that.
What?
No, it's not going to be. It's going to be like nothing.
First.
It's going to be like nothing.
Yeah, it's in their favor first.
Surprised you didn't get a message from YouTube about use channel or lose it. They did it with 3 YouTube. What do you mean? About?
I think he's talking to me, because we haven't done anything with the channel in so long.
But I'm constantly posting.
To do something with it, or see.
That's
I don't remember when
part of the reason. Part of the reason this whole podcast came about to begin with was to
your activity.
Yeah, to consistently have activity and views on my channel, other than my my library of. So I'm constantly posting something new at least once a week. But then again, it also came down to it's what it originally started as. Because I started doing the podcast when I wasn't able to work on any vehicles because I didn't have a space. None of my vehicles were home. I lived in the middle of a town. I had on-street parking. I didn't have a yard. I had no back alley. So I had no access to my vehicles. Yeah, I had no access to my vehicles. So there was no way to make content. So how do I keep a channel alive when there was no content to make? Well, go live. Stream video games. Whatever I had to do. I mean, I had some stuff that I was doing. When I started doing the cedar chest, which is still sitting in my garage, not done, because I need to get more veneer for it.
Knock on wood, Brad. No, I haven't. I don't recall seeing an email like that, but I haven't checked the channel either to see if it's even up still. So that will be something I'll have to go check.
I'm going to try to decipher what he wrote because I'm pretty sure it's not exactly how he intended to say it. It says, yeah, 3 YouTube people I watch. They're called YouTubers. We are called YouTubers or creators. I got a message from YouTube about I'm guessing using their channel or losing it, or using your channel or using it. That's what, yeah. And yes, that was towards Dad. Okay.
I have a distinct advantage over you in that regard.
What?
I knew his mother for about 8 to 10 years before we actually became an item and he became a thing. And he speaks and thinks a lot like she does. So for me, it's kind of easier. Yeah, it's just like talking to his mom again.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing is that might be, if these people that he watches, well, they're using the channel. That doesn't make any sense. If he's watching something, then they have content. But you have to watch it, guys. I mean, the only people that really have YouTube channels here is Chris at the moment. But there has been a lot of fake stuff going around. And I have gotten so many copyright claim emails, and they come as a picture through Google Docs claiming this or that, and then I have to click this link to contest it. But yet none of it shows up in my YouTube studio. Now, if anybody who's ever had an actual copyright strike or community guideline strike, it shows up in your YouTube studio. And you get an email about it. So anything that you, and also it was not being sent to the email that my YouTube channel is on. It was being sent to the email that I have made public. So it was sent to my NOVAtazz customs at gmail.com. Right? And that's not what my YouTube channel, like what Google has as my YouTube channel email. Right?
Are you able to screenshot or do anything with that to send it to them?
Yeah, I reported it as fraud. I reported it as a phishing scam because that's what it is. Now, I said this the last video. I have a friend, another creator she's from down in Mexico, and she has a channel where they paint figures. So resin figures. They're basically like scale models, but of like anime characters or video game characters.
Is that the one that does all the artwork as well?
Yeah,
some artwork.
She doesn't do any artwork. She does painting. She paints the models.
Okay.
But she gets what they call garage kits, which are they're unassembled resin figures. And you gotta put them together, glue them together, paint them up, and they're basically statues. She got a reply from a company. She's not going to mention what the company's name was, because it wasn't actually from that company. It was the scam. They were just using that company as a front.
Yeah.
And they said that, hey, if you run this ad spot, we will give you X amount of money. And then they sent her a zip file that supposedly had, a 30-second spot that they wanted her to put in her video. And they also sent some videos of what some other YouTubers have done in their videos, and an application form. She went to go click on the application form, and it said that she needed to put in, something or other she had to unzip it to open it. Well, it wasn't an application form. It was a hijacking malware virus. And as soon as she opened it, it hijacked her YouTube channel, her email, her everything that was connected to her YouTube channel, and took it over. She did not know it did this right away. But they changed her passwords and everything. They deleted all of the content off of her YouTube channel. So if I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen this, but there's been some live streams going out with Elon Musk and some Bitcoin thing. Those are all hacked channels. Those are channels that have been hacked. They changed your channel art, your banner, your channel name. They delete all of your content and they put up these viral live streams. And she lost her channel for like 2 weeks. Finally got it back, and as soon as she got it back, she got hit for the community guidelines for copyrighted content because of the stuff that they put up on her channel. And then she had to fight to get that removed. Because she lost all her monetization rights for having, three community guideline strikes while she didn't have access to her channel.
Which they should be able to see all that if they want to take.
Well, it's all automated, so you have to find them on Twitter and contact them through Twitter, and it's like you can't even contact them through YouTube. You have to contact them through Twitter. At Team YouTube or whatever. But yeah, there's been a lot. If you remember correctly, a couple years ago, we covered that exact same scam where you open up a potential sponsor deal and they hijack your channel. Remember all the car YouTubers that got hacked like a couple years ago?
Yeah, we figured then anything you see coming in through your channel that way.
Oh, I also don't you ever link my email attached to the lifeblood of my channel. I don't ever have that public anywhere. Any contact to me about my YouTube channel is through a different email that goes to a different email address.
Yeah.
So if somebody's contacting me about anything about my channel, even if they hack it, they're not hacking the email that's attached to my YouTube. They'll hack that email, but it won't get them anywhere. It won't get them anywhere. I mean, technically there's a YouTube account attached to that email, but it's not the one that I use for my actual channel. So they won't hack that one. They'll just hack a spare one I have, a backup. Has no views, no subscribers, no nothing. It's there. It doesn't even have a name. Let's see. Anything going on in the chat besides everybody gambling?
Yeah, gambling and Bradley sucking butt. He's throwing points everywhere again.
I wonder how that tastes.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Somebody could throw money my way. I might start stripping though. I don't know. Probably not a better idea.
You can go get one of the masks put on. Like they do in the Magic Mike movies, right?
Oh, there you go.
You can find you may not have the physique of Chatham painting.
Hey, I heard dad bods. I heard dad bods were in.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, depending how much adult beverage you have, you use your imagination.
Speaking of, I might need to go take a break soon. If this looks kind of translucent.
You got a hole in the bottom of that.
I know, right? Somebody else came over.
See where it dripped off the bottom.
Tried but failed. By the way, you, Brad, Kat, Jesse, and Big E. I gotta start with Jesse. Jesse gets first dibs. I gotta get you guys all. I gotta get a promo code together to basically list the shirts at cost. So basically, what it costs me to have them made. That way, I'm not paying like if you guys were to just buy the shirts directly from off my website without a promo code. You're paying what I have to make them cost plus what I get as profit. So it makes no sense for me to have you guys buy that and then reimburse you also my profit. Because, to me, it's just, I might as well just cut that out automatically because I'm not making any money on any of these shirts. That's not the point. But I need to get you guys a promo code so you guys can buy your shirts, and then I'm going to reimburse you whatever it costs you for the cost of the shirt and shipping. So,
okay.
I figured that's the easiest way than me buying them, having them shipped to me, and then paying to have them shipped to you guys. You know what I mean? It just seems like that would cost more. You mean this one? I mean, I can send that to you too.
It's an awesome read.
Not this one though. This one's my copy, I think. Yeah, this one's my copy. Light. There we go. Yeah, mine's got a special note inside of it.
Awesome read. Nicely. You heard from her in a while?
Nope. I've not heard from her.
Yeah, I've only had a couple, good holiday wishes, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is I don't know if we actually did very much for her anyway. We didn't have we didn't have a great viewership that live stream. I don't know if she actually saw any uptake in sales after going live with us.
I mean, compared to some of the mediums that she's in with that, I'm sure we're extreme small fry.
Yeah. And that's the people bitch like, why can't I get sponsors? And that's why. Because they're taking their time and their resources, and they're hoping that they're getting their money back from what they gave you back in potential sales from new customers. And if you don't have the potential to get them that kind of return, why should they put the money out? With you. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't expect to have any. And that's why I'm also leery right now of any sponsors that I see trying to reach out to me. Because, I know I don't have the audience right now. So why are you contacting me?
Yeah, and with all the other stuff that you got to do and catch up with, it's, is it worth your time?
Could I use the money?
Yeah.
Could I use the money? Yeah. Because right now, that's exactly what is holding me back from making more videos right now. We went over it earlier in this live stream. I'm looking at a compressor, a spray booth, and a entry-level airbrush. And they're not that expensive. I think the compressor is from Harbor Freight. It's called their Fortress. It's only a 1 gallon compressor. I was looking at actual airbrush air compressors. But they're about the same. They only have a 1 liter tank, which is obviously smaller than a gallon, and they're loud. Considering I plan on filming while I'm spray painting, I would want something that's a little quieter.
Something like that with a gallon supply, you could pipe it or hose it somehow to.
Well, it will be piped.
Have the compressor. Yeah.
The compressor is going to be under the table. I mean, that's where it's going to be. And I've seen people use this same compressor during their videos, and the compressor is not that loud in the background. Plus, not to mention, you're also going to have the fan from the air booth anyway.
Yeah.
But I can get the air compressor from Harbor Freight, especially if I can get a 30% off coupon or whatever. And I could pick it up for around $120, $130 for the air compressor. Then the airbrush that I'm looking at. Let me go back. What's up?
Pilot's on it. He's on point again.
Read
somewhere the drinking was bad for you, so you quit reading.
Speaking of, like I said, I need to go get another thing. Where's my wish list at?
God dang. I walked inside and got dinner and dessert, thought maybe I'd grab an adult beverage on the way out of the head, and I completely forgot to look.
Oh, I need to go get another
need
it. Yeah, the original airbrush I was looking at was a single piston, oil free. Plus, also the Fortress one. That's an oiled air compressor. So it'll last longer, runs quieter. Doesn't need to constantly run. Do the screen. You mean screen share? I think we tried that before and it gets really goofy. I haven't tried screen sharing in here. Besides, I'm looking on my phone and I'm not screen sharing my phone. Yeah, the airbrush, which comes with the airbrush itself, cleaning kit, 2 needles, the needle removal tool, 3 different cups, and an airline, and a moisture trap. Comes with a moisture trap too. $39.
Well, I ain't bad at
And
all.
I've had reviews on it. It's a decent entry level. Now it's not, it's not a $200 airbrush. And yeah, I can put the screen up when I go get it. I'll get it in a minute. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm in desperate need of more beer. I don't know how far wherever you are to go get beer is, but
For him,
well,
he yelled at his house guest, "Hey, I need a beverage," and the guy'd go get it.
no, I'm talking about you because you said you were looking at grabbing something on your way out, but
Yeah, mine. It's a 1/4-mile walk from the back of the parking lot back to the building. I ain't
yeah,
gonna worry about
that's a little bit. Comes with the O-rings.
And-
It comes with a bunch of stuff.
and
but,
it's downpouring
yeah,
because it was dry when I went in. When I come out, I got about blowed over when I stepped out of the
oh,
building.
fuck that.
So there's a storm
Yeah.
that blowed in. It's like,
So-
yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's a. I can there you go. Yeah, it comes with a decent amount of stuff.
No, that ain't bad.
And like I said, that'll hold me over till I can get the nicer airbrush from Ultimate Modeling products. That guy from England that I got most of my stuff from. He has a unbranded Badger air. It's not unbranded. It's branded with his company, UMP.
Okay.
But it is a Badger airbrush, which is one of the top 3 airbrush companies. So it's made by Badger for him. And it's about $100 less than a Badger airbrush. It's like $150 ish, I think, in American. $150 ish for his airbrush. So this
That ain't
will,
bad.
yeah, this will hold me over till I can afford. Plus, you have to wait for his to come on sale, because he gets batches of them, and as soon as he gets them in, they're gone. So you're gonna have to have.
He doesn't. So he don't have a drop ship location where he gets stuff from.
No. He
He's just pretty
he
much
orders
shipping on his
a select amount of them, and when they come in, they come in, and as soon as they come in, normally they're gone within a couple days of being up on the website. But anyway, so
Does he ship everything from over there?
yeah,
And so so then you got the
it's
month
not.
wait or whatever
No.
for it to show up.
I got stuff within a week.
Really?
Yeah.
ain't
All like
bad, then.
when I got all of this stuff, and let's see, I got that stuff. I got the big giant sanding kit. I got I got his polishing compound. I got all that stuff probably within a week. I would say even less than a week probably. But yeah,
Ain't bad at
I got
all.
a whole crap ton of crap from him. I got a whole box full of stuff. And yeah, came pretty quickly. The airbrush cabinet is about $150. And it has it's a dual fan, and it has the little thingy to stick out the window, so the fumes go outside. And I was thinking about putting that right here, back in that back, and then the window's right there.
Back in the corner in the windows area.
Yeah, I don't know how I would go about doing the window thing. I don't know if I would try to stick it out the top of the window or what, because the window is literally right there. I mean, that's a pretty big hose to try to bend back down behind it because it sticks up out the top of it. But I mean, look at that. That's 100. That's 100.
One of them. Do you got any kind of overspray type stuff that would exit with that as well?
What do you mean?
Well, like when you paint with a big gun, you got overspray that gets caught by filters and whatnot. Does an airbrush do the same thing? Where, I mean, you're not going to suck anything out through all that. The booth blowed outside and like it would end up on the side of your house where you would.
No. There's got filters. So
it has stuff to stop all that. What little bit there would be.
Yeah. Let's see if they have. Yeah, you can't really see it too well, but that blue thing.
Yeah, it's a filter.
That's a filter. That's where the air gets sucked out. And then that dark ring around the opening. That's actually an LED bar all the way around. So it's got LED lights that point into the booth from the edge of the booth.
Plenty of lighting then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, so that's 150-ish. The brush is...
Excite the stewardess, pilot. Yell that on an airplane.
Yeah. That's 150-ish. The airbrush is about 40. So that's 200. If I were to order the air compressor...
That's over with everything, you're $400.
I would say less than 400.
350,
300. 350, okay. 300. Depending on where I get the air compressor from. The air compressor is more expensive online than it is from Harbor Freight. They do sell it like Harbor Freight sells it on Amazon. But it's like another $40 or $50 more on Amazon. But yeah, I'm looking at $300 to $400 to get the airbrush set up. So I can start. I have all paint. I have that giant paint collection that's over here in this back corner that I bought, 2 years ago now? I was still in Tamaqua. Coaldale. I was in Coaldale. So before we bought this house. And then... So, and it's going to cost me about the same amount of money to get the wiring harness finished. You know, for buying all of those parts. You know, so it's like... But it's so cold out in the garage right now that I can't work out there anyway. So I figured get the model stuff now, get some videos out of doing that. I've gotten quite a few requests for the next step in the videos that I did put out already for the model stuff. Pilot says just open the freaking window, problem solved. Yeah, the problem is I open that window, air is not going to go out, it's going to come in. Which that does not solve the problem. I want the fumes to go out the house.
Yeah, you're almost going to have a little chute or something to put in the window with your hose with just a
what?
Well, like you do a window air conditioner where you have the side vents and that to seal the window off. You're going to do something like that.
I'm going to probably go get some foam.
Yeah.
So, you know, like that pink high density foam.
And something small where you can run your hose out and then...
Well, what I would probably do is I'll actually probably put an opening in the foam for the size of the hose. Right? And then have the window close on the foam, not the actual hose. But that hose is only like an inch thick. It's like really long, but only like an inch tall. So you don't have to have the window open very far. You know? And it's not like I'm going to keep...
You're not going to leave it in there all the time, right?
No, I'm going to pull it out. I mean, that whole cabinet... That whole cabinet closes up. So you take the little light bar off the outside, right? And then, like, the bottom folds up and the sides fold in. So the only width of the cabinet itself is, you know, the part where the fan and the filters is. That whole big opening in the front closes up. So I figured when I'm not using it, I'll just close it up, and it'll just take up the space here that I'm not using anyway. I'll just move my little, you know, tray things off somewhere else. Because it was either that or I was going to put it here. I don't really have much places I can put it. Could I put it? I could put it over here maybe, like right here, and put it out this window, out the side, which is possible. You know, instead of having it on my desk over here.
Yeah, it's not like you could be painting daily or weekly.
No.
Yeah, because you only have one or two you work on at any given time.
Right, and that's not something like I do. Like that's my channel's main thing. So again, having something that I can take, put up and put down is a help.
Now, how much of that, like all your car related stuff, is there little stuff in the car that you could use that on too, or would it be actually
airbrushing
because of the small size? Yeah.
I couldn't use that airbrush for anything in the cars, really.
Yeah, like maybe pinstriping on your hood scoop or something small, but nothing.
Yeah, no.
You'd be better off with a regular big gun and everything that you use in the garage because of the space. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like. There's the only car that I'm really going to be doing any pinstriping on is the Nova, and it would be like the pinstripe around the stripes on the hood. And at that point, you just use 1/4-inch masking tape.
Yeah, mask it up and spray it.
Mm-hmm. And you have the little like 1/4-inch or 1/8-inch thick mustard stripe that's going to run down the horizontal seam between the black and the gray on the side of that car. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's like, yes, I'm putting a bright. Well, it's not really a bright. It's almost like a dirty yellow. It's like the color of like the Boss 302 Mustangs.
Yeah,
it's like that color. It's like a mustardy yellow color. But it's. I mean, I think I've shown the picture of the rendering of what I want that car to look like. It was on a Camaro, but close enough. It's. The side of the car will be mainly gray. But like 2 or 3 inches from the front of the car back, and then up, and then the top half of the car will be black. Nice belly there.
I'm telling you, I think it works as good as it.
Kind of close. I don't know. You had it kind of better where you had it before.
Yeah, well, stick it back up there.
Yeah, you were more centered in the screen then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's weird. Like, all right, so let's just say the whole car is black, right? It's got gray racing stripes up the hood and down the trunk. Chevelle style, right? And then the side of the car, like it's like a couple inches in from the front, and then the body line down, and then a couple inches from the back will all be gray. Top half of the car will be black, and the very front and the back of the car will be black. But like the majority of the lower half of the side of the car will be gray. I can pull a picture. I can't do screen share right now. I haven't figured it out, and I haven't been able to play with it. I don't think I was able to do the screen share and people see it. Like you guys, you're going to be able to see it in Skype, but I don't think they can see it on there.
To the channel.
Yeah, I haven't figured out. I haven't been able to play with it. Because I can only play with this stuff. Like your screen wouldn't even let me click on it until you came in live. Didn't even give me an option to add that as a camera until you popped in. So I can't play with it. Does it
still give you any kind of like backstage thing, or you don't have that anymore?
None of that. You jump straight in.
Okay.
So yeah, don't enter till you're ready. Where is that? That was on my Facebook. Oh, I can find that on my Google Pictures. Just have to go back a ways. Come on, where's my little scrolly bar? There it is. I have to go all the way back to like 2014. That's when I originally did it. That was the Ohio trip. I'm looking for when I took pictures of all of my Forza cars. There they are. Now, pictures of that car. Better pictures of that car? I thought I had better ones. No? Well, I have those ones. That'll work good enough. I have better ones on Facebook. But yeah, you can kind of see it there. See how the front nose is black, but the whole side of the car is gray?
Yeah.
And then there's a little tiny yellow mustard stripe. It doesn't do the down, right? It doesn't follow the black down to the front of the fender. It's only the horizontal separation between the black and the gray. You know, at the body line. And then once the black dips down, the mustard goes like into the black. Like underneath the black. So
better to keep it just to split the two colors up.
Right, but like it doesn't follow the two color split as the black dips down the front of the nose. Like because it was on a Camaro, it'd be easier to show. Alright, so like the black, it dips down, Chris. You're looking at it anyway.
Hey.
But the black dips down here, like down the nose.
Yeah, right at the edge.
Yeah, like 3 inches back from the front of the edge. So on the side of the car, but like 3 inches back.
Right.
The yellow just keeps going straight. It dips underneath the black. So it doesn't follow the black as it drops down the nose. It just kind of keeps going like it's only going horizontal.
That line.
I don't think I have a better... Yeah, that's just a side shot. I have a better picture of that somewhere. I don't know. Let me see if I just start typing cars and see what I get. YouTube call out. Geez, some of these pictures. Memories. Right? There's those ones. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. I knew I had other pictures of that car other than the ones that were in that one. Oh, that's not a good one. Doesn't show the front nose. That one? Yeah, there we go. Alright, I don't know how well that's going to show up.
Alright.
Well, you can see the mustard yellow, and it just kind of...
Yeah.
It doesn't follow down the front fender with the black. It just kind of follows the body line and then disappears. But yeah, there's the. I wish the.
It's off into an infinity edge almost.
What? Yeah, it kind
Almost
of
goes off like an infinity edge almost.
yeah, it just kind of follows the body line. It doesn't follow the black. Yeah, there's a like an overhead shot of. Let me see if I can turn this around sideways. Oh wait, it's a bigger picture. There we go. There's a more of an overview.
All right.
And yeah, I want to put a vinyl top on that car. Anywhere where the black is at won't have any chrome. So if there's a chrome trim piece where the black is at, it'll be de-chromed and painted black. So like the door handles and stuff, they'll be chrome. Turn signal bezels will be chrome, but the bumpers, they'll be black. Trim around the windows would be blacked out. You know. So like wherever the black is at on the car itself will be murdered, blacked out. And then wherever the chrome, that way, wherever the silver is at, will still have chrome. At least that was my intent and my goal. I don't know. I might keep the chrome trim because it depends on how it looks. But yeah, but it'll have the same Chevelle stripes like I have on it now, where they stop just short of the edge of the hood. And then I won't have them continue, all the way down the fender. You have a cooldown on heist, huh? Have we talked about anything other than gambling and heisting? No.
No, they've been going crazy with it.
That's fine. I mean, that's kind of the point. It keeps the chat active.
Other than Pilot and his, open the window on the plane and stop reading because it'll cause drinking problems.
We were talking about earlier. You missed it. It was before you popped in here. Did you know they're making a new Mad Max universe film? Not necessarily based on as Mad Max is the main character, but part of
And
that
I didn't know
universe.
they were making a new one.
Yeah, it's called Furia, I think is the name of it. You remember the shaved headed chick from Fury Road?
Yeah.
The one with the biomechanical arm?
Yeah.
It's her backstory. So it's a prequel to Fury Road. So it's after the Thunderdome movie, but before Fury Road.
Yeah, basically how she come up as a kid and ended up where she was, and
well, maybe not as far back as a kid, but where
depending
heard
how
the events leading up to Fury Road.
Yeah, probably a show when she lost her.
Yeah, I think
how she lost her arm.
I think that's the bit of the story. How she came to be in
I
the
like
situation.
That truck.
Yeah, how she came to be into being with that truck. I mean, with that.
You're in charge of the truck. How do you do the truck? And
it's a different truck. It's a different truck.
Different truck now, but the one that was in
Fury Road was nice.
Fury Road, yeah. But all those damn switches and dials and shit she did to start the fuck, yeah, I'd blow the fucker up. I'd never remember that sequence. Like she's like, dude, you got that? If you don't, you die. Understood. I'm like, I'd never remember it that quick.
It's a good movie. I like, and it's still a lot of live action stunt work again. Instead of like, how most stuff is today with all the CGI and shit. I know they use CGI in those movies, but more of it's supporting CGI instead of like the main effect.
Yeah.
Why is Bradley dead? Oh, because of the switches. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Right, so I need a beer. We're gonna disappear for a hot minute. You'll get a kick out of this. All right. You ready?
We have a commercial break?
Yeah, you're going to be by yourself for a half a second. Wait. There we go. We're back. Yes, pilot. I mean, that's kind of the point of having a break.
Yeah.
I just don't have any. I just don't have any like break screen music yet. I don't know what to fucking put there yet.
Everybody was muted because we were chugging igloos from the ice house. We're chugging ice house from the igloo.
It doesn't stop chat from chatting. All it does is gives me a minute to be able to get up away from the computer, and you know, whether or not I gotta take a pee or to go get something or whatever, and you know, gives me a hot second. Because that's what I never had at any of the other. I never had anything at any of the other live streams. I had to like have everything here, so my beer would be freaking cold by the time I'm 4 hours in. I mean, not beer. My beer I wish it was cold. My beer was piss warm. You know, by the time I opened my, you know, other beer or whatever. No, that was the whole point. The whole
elevator
point.
Music.
Yeah, but like he says, I could have just left.
You could have just left.
But then
that's what we used to do.
Right, but this is more professional. At least I feel it is.
Yeah. Disclaimer: drain them if you need to.
Taking a quick necessity break. I had to grab another beer. And yes, I'm using the crap out of something that I have. Yes, this is... See, the thing is what you guys don't know. I'm sitting here hosting this live, and sometimes I'm here from 8 to 8:30, which is the half hour before the live stream starts. And we have gone to what? 4 o'clock in the morning? 5 o'clock in the morning?
On some shows.
So that's 9. That's 10. 11,
you might
12.
Go to what? 1? I think the
normally
average was 1 or 2.
The average normally 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. So let's go.
But then we're here another couple hours, possibly in the after show.
10, 11, 12, 1, 2,
8
3,
hours.
4, 5. It's fucking 8 hours. Now you sit in a chair for 8 hours straight without getting up to go to the bathroom, without having everything you need right here. And the thing is it's not like I used to do this live stream in a folding plastic, like what, party chair, whatever you want to call them. Just those classic style, like they used to be metal. You know what I mean? You know, your auditorium metal folding, like the ones that they would put in the middle of the gym floor. When you had
musical chair nightmares, because when the last two die for the chair and it collapses, you really find the last one standing.
But anyway, so I used to sit in one of those. Then I went and got this chair that I'm in now, and this is it's not the cheapest office chair that Walmart has. It's the one with the mesh back, but it might as well be freaking crap. It's not very comfortable to sit in. I used to have the little that little refrigerator that Jeff's got me. Remember the little red refrigerator? Which actually kept my sodas cold, but it's too small to fit a freaking beer bottle in.
Yeti cooler, problem solved.
No, you know what would be better is if we put one of those fucking little mini fridges in here, and I could keep my beer.
Yeah, you need one like this.
Yeah, like I said, a little mini
ice cream on the top, beer cooler in the bottom.
Right, like I said, a little beer fridge.
And a shelf right there with all your microwave popcorn, and then you can make the popcorn there.
See, I just need to go live from your little section. You got a bed to lay it in too. I mean, you could sit there and, you know, you could my free cams that shit. Chatterbait. But yeah, like I sit here for, you know, you got my shit all screwed up here, Chris.
Yeah, trust me, I got mine screwed up too.
You want to go back landscape?
I'm working on it.
Because I don't want to have to sit here and try to adjust my my thingy to fit your
You might look funny trying to adjust your thingy while you're drinking beer.
There we go. Yeah,
I just had to find the right part of the screen to get back into.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed on the live feed part, but yeah, you were kind of off the screen going down. You were not in your window.
Misconfigurated.
You were coloring outside the lines. Yeah, I miss your Peterbilt.
Yeah.
This is one of those nice. It's a highly decorated turd, is what you're driving now, compared to the Peterbilt.
Yeah, a lot more room. I'm not sure about storage. That's still in debate, but it's definitely taller.
Yeah,
more room to move around inside. But
the Peterbilt was a nicer truck.
Yeah, it had a stick shift.
Without all the fucking extra doodads on it.
This glorified freaking automatic, and this sucks.
It's been a while
but
since it's been a while since you parked for the night while doing live. Normally you're cruising.
Yeah, that or I'm already in bed. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I haven't been up on the lives, because I've already been shut down and parked and break. And then get up anywhere from 3 to 6 in the morning to take off again.
Oh, yeah. You don't have any running tomorrow?
Yeah, I got to ride in the morning, but I don't need to get going about 6 or 7. Yeah, I'm not even sure what time our break will be up, but what sucks is I'll be in the neighborhood almost, but ain't got time to swing in and stop probably.
What, up here?
Yeah, I got to deliver in Allentown.
Oh, where are you at now?
About 45 miles west of Indianapolis.
Oh, you're a little far away.
Yeah, we're about 6:40 out of delivery right now.
So you going, which way you get into Allentown?
Turnpike to Carlisle, and then I'll come up 81, 78.
Oh, you'll pop off. Okay. Yeah, you'll be a little too far south before you start going the other direction.
Yeah.
Because I'm right off of 81, but obviously a lot further north.
Yeah. Now, depending on what they do on reload, I don't know what they're going to do reload or what's, because they were supposed to repower, because I loaded out of California, and I told the idiots when they booked the load that I didn't have the hours to get there, because they wanted there 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I said, I can't do that. I ain't got the hours to do it. I got short days coming up. When starting yesterday, they were thinking repower. Nope. And well, you can say, I said, well, I'll tell you what. You figure it out on your end. This is the route I'm going. Now, I got 7 hours today. I've got 5 hours tomorrow. And then I pick up a full day. So if you don't figure it out by the time I get back to a full day, I'm going to be within a full day's drive, and I'll take it all the way myself. And you can figure it out on a schedule change if I don't do it myself.
Yeah, this is still the same one that had the almost got turned into a convertible, right?
No.
Different one?
Yep, different. The convertible truck is no more. It exists, but it's no more in our fleet. Retropar.
Oh, good! It almost cost you your freaking health.
Yeah. They finally come to an idea. So I actually lost that truck because I lost the whole month of December being off with all that exposure bullshit.
Wait, so you lost the money into that truck? They should have credited that into your new truck because it wasn't your fault you lost it.
Yeah, shit happens. Welcome to business. Yeah, it'd be no different than if somebody, run into the truck and totaled it in an accident going down the road.
Well, then that's what insurance is for, isn't it? Shouldn't they pay you out for that?
They write. Well, we'll see. It's in attorney talks right now to see what we can do because I'm not going to sit back and wait for it to.
Yeah, I mean that should technically be that's like totaling the truck out. So you should be getting paid like if they were to total the truck.
Yeah.
So you should be reimbursed the value of the truck.
Problem is I don't own the truck because I didn't finance it. It's financed through a leasing company, so they're the ones to get the payoff.
Then the leasing company should reimburse you whatever you had in the truck.
And theoretically they should, but it don't work that way. Not in this business.
That's stupid.
It's essentially the lease is essentially a rental. You rent the truck every week. You have all the expenses.
Isn't it rent to buy, or is it rent to buy, or just renting?
Yeah, it's a lease purchase. I mean, you're paying
Well, then
You know,
that's
you have a
payments you
portion of
had
the payment.
into. That's payments you had into a new truck.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
the
your
same should
fault the
go
truck
buy a
got
new car, and I
wrecked.
just told them,
You know, it's not like
you know,
you destroyed the truck. It
yeah.
was destroyed while you didn't have it. So any money you had into that truck should be credited towards the truck you have now. They got their money for it, or they will get their money
it's the same
for
as if you
it.
finance a new car and you have an accident and your car gets totaled. The finance company is the one that gets paid off. Anything you paid into it, you shit out of luck.
I'm
Same
pretty
type of scenario.
I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if that's exactly how that works, but okay.
Yeah, same scenario. So it sucks, but you know, hey, I ain't getting sick anymore, and we're still working.
Yeah, it was concerning when I found out you were sick.
I'm out. Let's see, how can I explain this? Financially, I'm out, but the time I had invested in the lease, I was credited, if that makes sense. So I have a replacement vehicle, the same year, same model, but they credited me my time, so my lease is half as long than it would be another brand new 3-year lease.
They gave you what you had into the other truck.
Only in time, not finances. If they figured the monetary value, it would be under $80,000. So I have a truck at, you know, a little over half the lease that I had left. Cheaper than the brand new one, but they valued this one with my insurance the same as if I got a new like I did the other truck. But the actual money I paid in, I lost.
Oh, okay. I'm confused, but I'm...
Okay, well, our lease is a 156-week lease when you get the truck starting out fresh. So they gave me an 86-week lease on this truck.
So is your payments more per... Are you still having to pay the full amount of the vehicle, or only 86 weeks of the payments you were making before?
86 weeks left of the payments I was making before.
So you got credited for however many payments that you had already made.
Time, yeah. But if they credited the full monetary value, this truck would have cost less. You know, it would have been less than $80,000.
Yeah.
As it was, my lease price on this truck was something. It's over $100,000. But it was valued at the full 160, the same as if it was brand new.
Right.
When I started with
well,
the
I mean, that's basically
you're
technically they just replaced the truck that.
Yeah, essentially, it's a replacement.
You know.
However, with the write-up at the new price for this truck on an 86-week lease, in the end, it's going to benefit me because overall, at the completion, it's going to come in somewhere between $20,000 and $25,000 cheaper than the other truck.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the end, it's going to, you know, I lose out in the beginning, but in the end, it's going to benefit me.
Mm-hmm. Is it an older truck? No, I think he said that it's the same size, same year truck.
Same year. Yeah, same thing. The only thing changes is color. Yeah, I lost my color. So, hey.
Mom wrecked the Black Joe's car. It paid off the loan, and he got $2,500 cash back. He never said thank you for getting him out of the payments. Nobody said math would be involved. What color is this one?
I don't know what shade it would be. I mean, it's a red. I don't know what they would call it. I mean, it reminds you of cherry tomatoes. You know, it's like a bright red.
Oh, at least it's not blue. Partial to black trucks.
Yep. Lost my blue truck and ain't a black truck, but other than that, it's the
same. What color was your Peterbilt?
Which one?
I only saw the inside of
it. Okay. Well, I shared pictures of different stuff to her bone. The first Pete that I run for the guy was a white truck with blue fenders, and the second one was all white outside.
Okay. And then the second truck. That's the one that you said. That's the one that you shared that you had all the ice on the wheels and shit.
Yeah, that was the first one. The first Pete that I run. That was the 386. The next one we went in was a 579, I think, if I remember the model correctly, or a 359. The glider kit that he bought, the brand new one I got in it, was some oddball model, but
that's the one you had the headlight.
I should have let the damn thing burn to the ground.
Yeah, that's the one you had the headlight issues, and it didn't have like the swapped harness and shit in it.
Yeah, that's when sitting in the dock in Idaho, loaded potatoes just got loaded and went out and hit the key, and it didn't roll over, just nothing. You hit the key, and then there's a big smoke cloud come up in front of the windshield from under the hood. I'm like, that ain't good. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, yeah, your camera just took a shit. It's funny, you're talking about, like, smoke cloud, and that was it, and the camera just fucking dies.
Yeah, that's kind of what... I'll tell you what, if we would have been on show Tuesday night, you could have seen that happen, and then you could have seen it bounce, because I get to sit in that lovely earthquake they had out there by Malibu, because I was only about 20 miles away from the epicenter where I was sitting out waiting to load.
Oh, I didn't know there was an earthquake.
Yep, 4.2. And then for the next 3 hours, they had anywhere from a 2.3 to 3. Either 6 or 3.8 magnitude aftershocks.
Is that California or Florida?
Yep, California.
Okay. Have you been anywhere down by the fucking Freedom Factory yet?
Where at?
The Freedom Factory, that's Florida?
Yeah, it was just down... where was I?
I don't forget what part of Florida that is. It's the opposite side from Daytona.
Yeah, they're over north of Tampa. I got as far as Lakeland. So I was about 35 miles out of Tampa.
I got my Freedom Factory asphalt.
Yeah, I got mine somewhere home. Yeah. I got my T-shirt with me though somewhere, but I don't know the Freedom Construction.
Yeah, I have that
T-shirt.
I was gonna wear
it's in here in the truck somewhere.
Hey. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm wearing. Can you see it? I don't know if I'm in shot or not.
Yeah, see, you got the black one. I got the orange one.
Yeah, I don't have the orange one. I think I wanted the black one. No, I have the black one. I even have the mullet fucking hairpiece or whatever they were giving out.
Yeah, my order come in. I was like 6 to 8 orders when they run out of those. They sent a little apology letter. I'm like, we're sorry, you were just that close. I'm like,
yeah, I got the whole package. I got I literally went out, and it's like as soon as they announced it, I went and picked it up. It was like the little like American sweatband, and they had like the extra hair hanging from it to give yourself a mullet. Though it doesn't match my hair color. Yeah, Bradenton. That's it.
No, Brad, I don't love it. The fucking automatic sucks.
What, the carpet is that color? Dog pulling
peanut butter out the roof of his mouth is a hell of a lot better than...
What are we talking about the carpet now? What the fuck?
We talk about everything.
Yeah, I have a hard time following Pilot sometimes. Sometimes I have a hard time following you too, Chris, because you guys get off on like some tangent and shit.
Yeah, yes, Pilot, we're in the truck.
That was a while ago.
We're sitting. And this truck is the same as the one that when I met you there in Milwaukee that day. It's the same thing other than the exterior color. But it's the same inside, same color configuration.
Oh, when his phone fell to the floor.
But yeah, the one, I'm not even sure Pilot, I'm sure he was on the show or not, because I'm sure we talked about that truck being fucked on the show when I got wrecked.
We talked about the car your truck being turned into a convertible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that on the show. We showed all the pictures and everything.
Yeah. So I'm sure he was on the show.
Yeah, the blue one that got taken into the boom arm of whatever that other truck was.
Yep, big steel boom for basically it was like a big triaxle flatbed with a
sliding
gantry crane.
Yeah, with a sliding gantry crane.
They could pick everything off the bed and then run the crane out the back of the boom
and drop it
and
on
set
the ground.
It on the ground to unload it. And he hit the end of the boom. Now the mechanic, whoever it was, he missed the boom in the bright blue sunshine sky that was 3 foot around, painted a brighter red than what this truck is. He missed it. The truck didn't, but he missed it. And he came across 2 driveways to be able to get lined up to hit it. So how he did it, I don't know. What his name is, I have no clue. I mean, I was there like 5 minutes after it happened, and he was gone. Which is probably a good thing for him. We had a small snafu with your vehicle.
It still was fucking with you a year later. Well, no, how long ago was that?
Closest, man. First week of August.
Were we here? Yeah. First week of August of 2022 or 2021? Because I thought we were dealing with this. Well, I thought we were doing this when I still was in Coaldale. I don't know.
No. That was first week of August 22. So August, September, October, November, December. Almost 6 months.
Yeah.
I've been in this truck a week and a half now.
Yeah.
Because I loaded out of Alabama and went to California, then reloaded California coming back here. And I just delivered in California Monday.
We weren't live last week because I didn't pay my cable bill. Because, mortgage and everything else came first. What's the first luxury bill that doesn't get paid? The thing is both me and Jess depend on the internet to run our businesses. Me with YouTube and stuff like that, and Jess with her crystal company. But
as long as that question's not answered by the first thing we're going to give up is tissue for blowing your lower nose, we're good.
Came close to not having food on the table and everything. Yeah, we are not in the red. I mean, we're not in the black. We're still in the red. But we're not as bad as we were because Jess got a bonus she didn't know was coming, and so some stuff got to get paid off.
The phone didn't fall on the floor, Brad. It just tipped over on the top of the refrigerator.
I think you're a little bit behind because that was like a good 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I had to back scroll in order to catch everything because they went on some kind of.
Yeah, no, the pilot, the blue truck, they scrapped.
No, they didn't.
Well, they scrapped it for you.
Yeah, for me, but I don't know what they
fixed it, but the whole inside of it. Yeah, well, that's just. I feel sorry for the next person.
The company that wrecked it fixed it, but they never cleaned it inside, nor did they tape or seal off the rest of the interior when they ground the roof out in order to fix the fiberglass, and that was the problem.
Right. Well, I feel sorry for the next person that ends up with that truck because they're going to go into it completely unknowing of that problem, and then they're going to get.
Not going to happen.
What's going on with the truck then?
Oh, I don't know what's going on with the truck, but I know there will be nobody else in it. I took steps to make sure of that.
What do you mean? Don't admit it here on live. Well, you can talk to me later about that.
Well, let's just put it this way. You know that big agency when there's a work-related injury?
OSHA? Or no, Workman's Comp?
No, the other one that you just said.
OSHA.
Mm-hmm. Where I get the truck, within an hour, there is an office of that location. And I was down a week dealing with all this back there, and I dropped a phone call.
Yeah, you should never have been put in that situation.
Huh?
You should have never been put in that situation.
No, I shouldn't have. And I wasn't going to see anybody else suffer the same way I did over a month. Well, I mean, you figure a 2-month period, because I did 2 weeks in the truck, and then I lost all of December, and we did what we did with the cleaning at another detail shop for 2 days, and then 2 days back in the truck, it was the same thing again, because the stuff was coming out of the walls and the ceiling.
Right.
But nobody would believe me, no matter how many pictures I took. So I made a phone call the week that I was down, trying to figure out what we're doing, and I had a nice discussion in person and showed pictures and, open doors. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is where it'll be when I figure out, since I'll make one more phone call, but I'm not going to see anything else happen like this to somebody else. And I was told that whenever your situation is resolved, that you're done and you are absolved of this unit, call me back and we'll make sure that this unit's dead tagged until such time it meets our inspection.
Good. Because, yeah, they would have just taken it out of your hands and then just given it to somebody else, unsuspecting. And, then they would have been stuck with that, and they wouldn't have known about the previous fixed, and so they wouldn't even have known to look for that. And they would just been having whatever issue you were having with no explanation of why.
Yeah, it would have been, from scratch all over again. Okay, I need to go home, go to a doctor, something's wrong, and then same thing.
I mean, was it easy for them to find the fiberglass issue, or did you already, have a suggestion that's what it was before you went to the doctor?
I had an idea, because I had the debris all over the truck. And I've done some home insulation before, where you get it on your arms, your hands, so I knew, but this was basically full body. Yeah. And when I started breaking out with the rash, it's like, hey, okay, now this is, it's I ain't been out of the truck in the woods anywhere. It's not poison ivy, it ain't poison sumac, it ain't poison oak. Something's wrong. And, I went to a clinic. I said, well, can you tell us anything wrong? Well, I had dark pants on when I went in, and they looked, well, what's all this on your lower pant legs? I'm like, I don't know. And they, how would you give me? I went out, drove that in here, and they come out. And then they had us, yeah, it was wrecked. Oh, I showed the pictures. Okay. You got fiberglass poisoning.
Yeah.
Residue poisoning, but it was in the HVAC system. I went and changed all the filters the last time it was cleaned. I bought the filter for the APU, separate system. I bought the filters for all the, for the truck, the factory filters, the dust filters that go in the cab and the one outside. I changed all them out myself before I got back in the truck after it was cleaned.
Yeah, but it's all in the everywhere.
It's at the end of the day,
it's still in the
top
truck.
Of the refrigerator. Yeah, it's in the truck. It was in the walls and the ceiling and up in, because I went through the company, but cleaned it. I come back up and it was stripped. I didn't have anything in here at all. It was just a truck. And they vacuumed everything I pointed out. I pulled all the covers off where all the filters go. They vacuumed back underneath the dash, and then anywhere they could touch was washed down after they vacuumed everything. And then the second day I came in, okay, under the bunk, here's this. And I'm okay, this needs done, that needs done. Anything could be vacuumed.
They should have pulled everything out of it. They almost would have needed to pull the whole interior out of that truck. All the panels, everything, and cleaned it. And
that's the only way it's going to fix it. And that's why I ended up in this, because I said, I am this long and this much money into this truck. I'm this much money personally out of pocket. Okay, I got a year and a half invested. I'm not ready to walk away from it and say, okay, screw it. Not going to happen.
Right.
And so this is what we're going to do. You need to figure out, well, that company ain't paying nothing. I don't care about that company at this point. You as a company, when this unit come in, should have inspected it, and you never did, which is why it kept being dirty when I got here to get it. And there's like this cupboard here to my left. This is the clothes cabinet. Well, back at the wall where it meets the back wall, they took these two cabinets out, I'm presuming, in order to do the repairs. Or maybe they took the top one out because this one's open. So this cabinet in the bottom was filled with, fiberglass strands, pieces of fiberglass in the bottom, right, and the cabinet that's underneath it. Now, the top cabinet at the top, they would have removed because that would have been next to the roof that they had to fix because they replaced this.
So all that dust just went down into the cabinet.
Yeah, all the dust was everywhere. And then they had fiberglass pieces all over that was never cleaned, plus the floor. And that's I took pictures of what you can see.
Right.
If you shut the lights off, and I don't know where my flashlight is, I have a flashlight that has a blue light bulb in it. So, think like a black light.
Yeah.
Principle, the way you'd use a black light to look at like fluorescent painting or invisible ink. This blue light, when turned on with the lights off in here, would just sparkle like diamond glitter everywhere this shit was laying.
Well, it is actually technically, it's an ultraviolet light.
Yeah.
My girlfriend uses the same thing for some of her crystals. When you shine that kind of light on them, they glow a fluorescent color.
Yeah, and that's what this stuff. Everywhere, like the wraparound windshield curtains in the front that wrap the windshield, you could open the door standing outside by a street light, and the fabric side that faces the glass would just sparkle. And that's the stuff you can't see unless that light hits it. All over the floor, it'd be like glitter. And this stuff's getting blown everywhere every time you turn the AC or the heat on. Blowing everywhere. So how much of that shit is I breathed in that, I may later in life have an issue with.
Also, for hotel rooms. I don't want to shine any of those lights in a hotel room. I'd be afraid to.
Yeah.
I'd rather just walk. I'd rather just stay there unknowingly. Well, I mean, the thing is I have a fluorescent blacklight bulb, like one of those 2-3 foot long ones. I have pets. I already know that when you walk into an apartment, other people have pets. So before I ever move furniture in, I used to take that blacklight and walk around the rooms, and I would hit any of the spots that glow, before you ever move furniture in. Because, whatever. And if I smell, my cats, they pee places they're not supposed to every once in a while, you just take the blacklight. It's quite obvious where they do it. Because if you've ever seen cat spray, it reacts to UV light. It reacts to a black light. It shows up. And so it makes it really easy to find the mess so you can clean it up and you can neutralize it. Obviously it disappears, it's gone. You can scrub it, but if you miss part of it, you might got the wet part, but you didn't get the extra spray, the black light will still show it.
So, my drawback.
Don't ever take a black light into a bathroom. You especially around the toilet, even if you clean your bathroom once a week or whatever. It just goes to show you when you flush a toilet how much gets everywhere. And especially when you have your toilet right next to your bathroom sink, where you keep your toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how far the spray from the toilet, from flushing the toilet with the toilet seat up, and how far that goes. You will never keep your toilet your brush on your bathroom sink ever again.
Yeah, carry it to your bedroom with you. The biggest drawback I can see with this unit right now, when I got my last one, there was less than 500 miles. So every ounce of maintenance or work done to that truck, I did. I know nothing about this one. So I've got 130,000 miles on a unit.
That you have no idea if they had regular oil changed or...
Yeah. And in the company...
Now, did you have it serviced when you got it?
I don't know if they did or not. I need to call the shop tomorrow to find out when they did, because I checked the oil here the other day, and it's just black, ridiculous. So I'm going to service it, whether they did or not. I get my own schedule on it, and the shit I put in. But now,
it would be AMSOIL,
on one hand, it's a headache. On the other hand, it ain't a headache because we have a 500,000 mile warranty.
Chris, it'll be AMSOIL, right?
If I can afford it at the time, yes.
This is where, as a on record, yes, it'll be AMSOIL.
Yeah.
Go on, you got to know how to talk. You got to know how to talk as a sponsor.
Let's put it this way: there will be some AMSOIL product in it. Now, whether I go the full route with the oil change first time around, I don't know. Because my first oil change for their oil in this truck's about $1,000.
I was supposed to end up with a coolant flush that never came my way.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten there yet.
I've already done the whole coolant flush. I've replaced I've replaced the water pump. I've replaced the speaking of, I still have no fucking heat in that truck. Replace the heater core. Replace the water pump. Flush the whole coolant system. It's maintaining oh, by the way, did you see the water pump that I pulled out of that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It had three out of the 6 fins. 3 out of the 6 fins
broke or whatever.
Yeah, they're gone. The pipe extension that goes to the heater core, where the O-ring was rusted completely through on 3/4 of the way around. The hose that runs from the water pump to the intake, or like, you know, the lifter valley area, the little short elbow, that was apparently, you know, already seeping coolant past it somewhere, because when I went to go pull the water pump off, half of that hose went with the water pump and the other half stayed on the intake. So yeah, there was nothing left of that hose. So yeah, that was a mess. But I still have no heat. I don't know why. I have an assumption. I think I have a mouse house in my heater core somewhere. My heater core box.
It's possible.
I mean, I've taken the blend door. There's a motor down on the bottom side of the heater box for the blend door. I've already taken that off, and I have manually flipped the blend door to heat. And I still have no heat. It still comes out cold. Now, I know the heater core gets warm. I felt that. The heater core does get hot. But I still have no heat in the truck. It might as well be air right from outside.
Something blocked somewhere, not opening to let it through.
Something's either keeping the outside air door open, and bypassing the heater, or something. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to take that freaking dash out and rip that whole box out. Which thankfully I don't have an air conditioning system in that, because
look at the bright side.
What?
You're now well versed in removing the dash on a Dodge Ram.
Oh yeah, I've had that dash out so many times. I've had that dash out in that particular truck, I think 5 times now.
This could be a simple half-hour job for you at this point.
Well, last time I did it, I replaced the heater core. From the time I started to the time I was able to start the truck back up and put coolant in, it was less than an hour.
Yeah, so you keep getting better at it.
Yeah, full heater core replacement, less than an hour. And I had somebody else tell me in the comments to that first video that I did, enable heat. I wish.
That's classic.
But you know that first heater core video I did when I originally replaced the heater core in that truck, I have comments in there. I can't tell you. I mean, it's just like really. Like, I've had all kinds of... Let me see if I can go back and find that video and read some of the comments in that. That one and some of the other videos. The one I have about putting in the cross member. You know, where I didn't use any tools. I didn't use a spreader bar to spread the frame or anything. They just don't understand the concept that the frame and the cross member are angled... You know, they drop in from the top. Because they're angled. They're bigger at the top than they are at the bottom. That if you flip the cross member upside down and get the tops, the bottom of the cross member started in the top of the frame and then flip it around, it drops right in. People get in a habit of thinking that they could...
So-called experts would argue with you.
Yeah, and I even made a second video showing us putting that cross member in with no tools in under a minute. I mean, we had a hammer that we used a little bit, but for the most part, it was more of just lining up that last little bit. Some people literally will beat the whole cross member in. It's like, you don't need to. Just go up and then go down. Content.
For those of you who don't understand, you just got your tip-hitted garage porn tonight.
Comments. Want to bet that was from China, anyone? Yeah, who cares where the fucking thing came from? Those cheap aftermarket heater cores are trash. They might last a few months or years, but they'll be doing it again. The problem is the original ones don't freaking last either. It's an '01. If I had to replace the heater core, and I'm pretty sure that was not the... No, it wasn't even the original one in that truck when I bought it. Obviously, the original one didn't last very long. Now, did it?
Now, do you have a preference in that, whether... Are those like a brass and copper?
No,
I mean, what would your...
no, I think that one is... the one that I have in the car is all aluminum. I think it's aluminum.
How do you think something like that made out of stainless steel, would that work, or would that not be...
I don't know.
Conductive enough to make it...
I mean, honestly, to be honest,
I'd hate to pay for it.
You'd have the least... We want the least amount of different metals. Because obviously the different metals will have weird conductive properties.
Yeah, they'll react with each other. You know, like one particular metal may steal the heat from the other metal and not let you get it transferred with the air going through it.
No, it's more corrosion properties.
Yeah.
It can actually cause excessive corrosion depending on what you have in it. That's why they have an issue with the aluminum radiators versus the cast iron blocks. Like kind of what I'm putting in the TA right now.
Aluminum parts with steel bolts.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Pilot's got 5.5 inches of that curse word we're not allowed to say.
Sweet. I get to see some snow this trip going out across.
I'm gonna put this out to you, Chris.
Each side of Flagstaff.
Chris, I'm gonna put this out to you. Be careful with your expletive mobile, because we I'm not sure if you knew this. We lost one of the great car guys to one of those vehicles like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that. What a shame.
And then you also have the guy who plays, what is it, Hawkeye or whatever from the Marvel movies. He lost his legs to a snowcat.
Yeah, you can't be stupid around them.
So yeah, be careful.
Well, look at me. I mean, when I got out of the hospital with COVID, and I wasn't out of the hospital a week. You know, went and rode the one I had and got tossed off from it, and rode all day. Great storm, great ride.
Bro,
come back to load it on the trailer, and I threw the helmet in the truck, and it spun around on the ice in the parking lot. I got tossed like a cookie and knocked my ass out, and I woke up in the ambulance. Did you hear the latest about... What the hell am I doing here? You're going to the hospital.
Did you hear the latest about Jay Leno? You know he had the accident with the steam car, right? Where it gave him burns.
He had something where he got burned.
Right. He got out from doing that. He went out from doing that, right? And he was playing around with one of his Indian motorcycles. And he noticed that it had a fuel leak, so he went to go cut through a back alley in a parking lot to get back to his shop. Somebody had a cable strewn across the parking lot without any flags on it, and clotheslined his ass off of his motorcycle. Busted his collarbone, busted some ribs, cracked both of his kneecaps, and destroyed his bike.
He's what? Got to be in his 70s, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. And then, like a day or two after that happened, they canceled his TV show. That one that they were running on, what the fuck channel was that?
Yeah, Jay Leno's Garage?
Yeah. Or no, not Jay Leno's Garage, it was the other one.
The other one. Yeah, well,
it's the one that he has a YouTube channel for.
Can't produce.
Right. But I don't think they did it for that reason. But yeah.
He's 72.
Yeah. So yeah, just wow. Who else left? We also lost Robbie Knievel's kid.
Yep, Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie's Knievel's kid, Robbie.
Cancer. Died the same age as his dad. Go figure, right?
Yeah, weird. A lot easier if the dash is in pieces. They wanted to charge him $800 to do to do the heater core. Took it to a mechanic shop and they tried to cut the condenser hose. After I saw that, I took it home and did it myself. I'm reading comments from the...
Yeah, some of them comments was just hilarious as hell.
I didn't notice that the ribbon ground attached to the heater core. If that's the last person who replaced it didn't put it back on, that is why it failed so soon. Electrolysis between the aluminum and cast iron through the coolant system. I love how people try to tell you why something happened. No, it just, yeah. Oh, that's a nice one. Liked and subscribed. Great video. I also love the ones where they're like, it's a completely different generation truck, and they're like, well, is this the same video? Is this the same process for my truck? I don't know what your 2014 truck needs. I don't have a 2014 Ram. I've never took one apart. You know? Yeah, just I love going through some of these comments on some of these videos, and it's just like, really? He needs to walk. Who needs to walk?
Jay Leno.
I don't know if he can walk right now, or not very well. I mean, he's got 2 cracked fucking kneecaps. I can't think of any other cool car news, though. Covered the Fury Road, because that's... Back to the Future. I think there's a new Back to the Future coming out.
Well, that'd be weird.
With Michael J. Fox and the other guy in it. The guy who played Emmett.
Professor.
Yeah. I think both of them will be in it. So, I get that's another one that's going to be like, you know... But I think it's going to be like, you know, like... I watched the new Top Gun, because Top Gun was always, like... That was one of my top movies when I was a kid. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, like, I watched the new one... And it's kind of like they literally just remade the original.
In a way, yeah.
And I watched it, and like half the scenes were like, well, how can we copy the original scene and just kind of like, I don't know, try to recapture the magic from the first one? I mean, it was slightly different, but it was like a lot of this, it's like, I feel like I'm watching the first one all over again. Like, you got to make it different, but not, you know what I mean? You can't make the idea of it completely different, but you got to tell a new story.
Katarina just came by to get her gambling fix. Ignore.
Oh, whatever. Harvey's in here, and so is Kat now. Hopefully, you hit the like button on that, you know, on your way through. You're gonna have to be here a lot longer than a couple minutes to freaking catch up with everybody. Although the top guy, well, Brad's the top guy in here, but where is everybody at? Oh, I can just check right here. Yeah, Brad's way out in front of anyone else. Brad's gotten 28,000 points just today. Because he had just over 100K the start of today. Jesse's at 83,000. Harvey's at 76,000. Kat's at 41,000. Big E's at 17,000. Miss Formy's got 11,000 already today. Well, that's because you guys got awarded points today, didn't you?
Yeah, suck up.
And then he's gotten more than that because he gave away I don't know how many points then.
He should keep digging because understand he wants a truck back in his driveway because they're getting snow and he's tired of shoveling.
It's funny because you go to watch time because it goes by, you know, how many comments and shit. Brad's got 5.5 hours already. Jesse's got 4 hours. Harvey's got 3 3/4 hours. Cat's got just under 2 hours. Big E's got an hour and a half. Pilot's got an hour. Rebecca's got an hour. Miss Formy's got an hour. And Chris, you got 42 minutes. You're not talking enough in the chat.
Yeah, I never do.
Yeah, us co-hosts, we don't end up getting with as many hours, even though we're here most of the whole time. Like, obviously, I'm here the whole time the show's live. I've got 67 point. No, you actually don't. You have less. You have a half hour because you got 0.42. I've got 0.67. I have been here the whole time that this freaking live has been on, and I've got 0.67 of an hour. Because it goes off of, chat activity. Which is kind of stupid. It should just know whether... Well, I guess it doesn't know that you're there if you're not chatting.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, the more you chat, the more like... I should just go, by how many hours you have. That should be the tiebreaker. How many hours you have in the live is the tiebreaker for the end of the year. Except for when I take a break.
Barrett Jackson auction?
Screw that place. We don't talk. That's.
Yeah, that was Barrett. He said BA auction. I don't know what that is. The sticker girl. Sold sticker girl on BA auctions really hot, Pilot said.
I don't know. I think he's watching the Barrett Jackson auctions. We already discussed my feelings on like the Barrett Jackson auctions and the Malcolm auctions. I think that they're all a bunch of fucking hot garbage.
High-end prices on
it's just a bunch of rich people throwing fucking money around with no value to anything. Basically what they're doing is they're just completely throwing off the freaking car hobby down at the lower end. Because that shit all trickles down.
Yep.
When a car sells for $100,000 to $200,000 on a fucking Barrett Jackson, well, everybody's used car prices just go up by a couple thousand.
Yep.
Then the entry level price to get into freaking classic cars goes through the fucking roof. I mean, look at it. I paid $2,500. I think 25, somewhere around there, 20,000, 2,000, 2,500 for the TA when I bought it. And you can't touch one for that price now.
You won't touch that now for probably $6,000.
Yeah. The condition my car was in when I got it was probably closer to 10 now.
Yeah. In a roller with no engine or nothing, then it's going to run you at least 4.
Yeah.
3 to 4. Yeah.
And mine ran
I
and
had
drove.
someone post my 10th anniversary group. Somebody posted one in there for sale. No floors, no interior. Save the door panels. No engine or transmission. Essentially a rust bucket on the ass. No spoiler. Needs both quarters. And it said, and then like Lessing, no low ballers. And I would have got asking $20,000. Said, you're smoking dope.
Yeah. Basically, what you got is you got a title of a rarer car. You don't even have a car at that point. Because there's not much left of it that made it that car other than the VIN. Because I mean, what made the 10th anniversary? The VIN, the interior, because trying to get a fucking 10th anniversary interior is fucking damn near impossible and expensive as fuck.
$2,500.
Because the shell itself ain't fucking nothing special.
And you can't get the carpet. You get seat cover upholstery and you can get the door panels.
What's a carpet that different?
They don't make it. It was a cut pile, and nobody reproduces it anywhere.
Mm.
The original style carpet, it was a deep cut pile. So, what do you know? I mean, I'm fortunate. I've found something. And says, well, why don't you get your card? And I want you to, okay, I'm collecting as many either NOS parts or original parts that are salvageable or not all beat up to put my car back together with. And I don't want.
This is partly
yeah,
why
I could go buy some new shit, but
it's nowhere near like the quality of the old shit. Some of it.
Yeah, I want original style as the car and the car came with every option they had. Every single option was available on both cars in that model for 1 year.
I mean, and that's kind of like where I'm happy with where I got. My car is nothing other than being a Trans Am. It's nothing special that I know of. You know, it's a rear drum brake car. You know, I don't think that car had snowflakes on it, which I don't understand. I thought the TAs came with the snowflakes. Did they come with the Rally 2s?
Yeah, you could the lower end.
The regular Trans Ams came with Rally 2s?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, because my car's got Rally 2s on it.
Option.
My car's got the Rally 2s on it. It was originally an AC car. It's an automatic 403. You know, okay, it had the deluxe tan interior, but it didn't have the cloth deluxe tan interior. It had the vinyl seats. I mean, I don't know what it didn't. You know, it didn't have anything fancy like the map lights or. You know, I don't think that it was just a black TA. You know, I'm pretty sure the black TAs, non-SEs, were kind of a dime a dozen back then. For $79.
Yeah, and everybody thinks they have something fucking fancy with an SE, and it's like, and it gets so damn disgusting. You hear everybody talk, oh, it's a Smoking the Bandit. Okay, there's no such thing as a Smoking the Bandit.
Well, no.
Never was.
In 80...
Never is.
In 80... Was it 81 or 82? They did put the Bandit logo on the center of the doors for the SEs.
Yeah, but it was never designated as a Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah, it's a special edition.
And like the third gen in the movie, the last movie, just plain sucked.
Oh yeah, it was. It was horrible.
Yeah, the whole movie sucked. Oh wow, let's see who can get more excited chasing a freaking fish statue around time.
Well, that and Burt Reynolds wasn't even in it.
Yeah, and Burt Reynolds in it. Now at least he had Jerry Reed in it.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, it was just one of the movies, and it seems like and I think Top Gun kicked a lot of it this year. You see all these retro movies that everybody's now scrambling to make another remake of or the next chapter. You know, like the Fast and Furious series, they've destroyed that. And but come on, just let it die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've done what, 9 movies now, 10 movies or whatever it is.
I haven't paid attention after the second one.
Yeah, I mean it's just, duh. Yeah,
they could have gone so much further with some of those. I mean, you have the whole backstory of Bo before the original Smokey and the Bandit. Like, how did they become the legend? You know, you could have gone that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a story to fucking tell. Why is this person so fucking sought after that you're gonna, you know, he was already washed up by the time Smokey and the Bandit started. In the second one, he was really washed up. Huh?
4, 5, and 6 really sucked.
I don't even know what they are. I never paid attention to them after.
Smoking the Bandit, 4, 5, and 6. They did a 4, 5, and a 6. But neither Burt Reynolds or Jerry Reed are in either of them. And they
wasn't one of them with a Mustang? It was like a made-for-TV special.
One of them might have been.
I think it was a made-for-TV special. I think one of them was like a race car, like a stock car. If I remember correctly. Just stupid shit. Fast and the Furious. Yeah, kind of like Fast and the Furious, but at least the Fast and the Furious movies are still kind of cool. They're exciting to watch, even if they are completely out of touch with the reality. I don't go into watching a Fast and the Furious movie expecting a fucking realistic car movie. At this point, it's just entertainment. But the later Smokey and the Bandits weren't even entertaining.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to do the thing. They had the American Legion in the hometown where we grew up in. Started as a small fire, which you see, I saw the first video when the first truck rolled in with them. The next stuff I seen this morning, I mean, it was through the roof, and they had 2 towers there.
What are we talking about?
You know, so you know it. American Legion post in the town where I grew up in burned yesterday.
Oh.
It went out about 11 o'clock. And it
That's
smoke.
Rebecca sent you the link or whatever.
Yeah, I was wishing there was a way to show the video here because, you know, when it went through the roof, you know, I mean, you know how tall a tower one of the big ladder aerials are, you know, stuck up in the air when they're doing something, you know, to go up 4 or 5 story buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And the flames were above both of those trucks.
Yeah.
When they were extended fighting it. That I saw in the one video. It's like, yeah, that place is toast. And it was huge.
Yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is.
Yeah. You know, hey, shit happens. You know, maybe they can build something better now.
Maybe. Oh. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get... I was sitting here thinking about... Well, you know, we were talking about the air compressor and that stuff, and then the stuff that I need to do the wiring stuff. I need to get those 2 cars home. They're costing me $160 a month now.
Oh, the razor prices down there.
Mm-hmm, by $20.
That's not bad.
It's still it's a big, especially considering my phone bill is.
Where you're at right now, it's.
Yeah, I have in that 2-week period, I have one of the payments for the Summit Racing bill. For buying all that stuff for the TA last year.
Yeah.
I have my cell phone bill, which isn't cheap, and then I also have that bill, all within 2 weeks. It's a lot of money out right in that particular part of the month.
Oh yeah, bing, bing, bing. It never ends.
But anyway, what I was saying is I was looking at that, and I know I need to clean out that other side of the garage. My thing is I'm probably gonna end up having to clean out that side of the garage, and get enough to the point to where I can squeeze one of those cars in there and get like the engine pulled and the rear pulled out of it, and get rid of the rest of it. I need the whole front clip, firewall forward. So engine, trans, hood, fenders, grill, rad support, frame. I need the whole front end off of that car. Obviously, I want the rear end out from underneath of that car because it's still a decent rear end. I may or may not use it. It's an open diff, but may or may not use it.
It's good.
I'd rather have the limited slip diff that's underneath of the gray car. You know? But
but if something ever happened to you, you've got one you could just slap under
right.
and keep going.
But then I can bring home the gray car, I think. And again, I don't need anything off the front end of that car. That car, basically, I need nothing. I need nothing from it but the rear and the body. So literally, I could bring it home, chop off the whole front end of that fucking car, and that car is another 6 feet shorter. You know? Put it up on jack stands and, you know, whatever. But I was thinking about it, you know, to get that garage to the point that I can use it, I need to pull that wall out of the center. I'm going to have to raise the concrete level up on the one side to match the other side, plus knock out that little center little lump in the middle that runs the length of the shop. Because neither side is level with each other, and I have that lip that runs down the center of the shop. I need all of that gone, otherwise I can't pull a car in and put it in sideways. Even if I remove the wall, though, at least then I can have better camera angles, at least for the one side of the whatever I'm working on.
It's not big enough that you could be able to put, if you put one in sideways, to be able to do both of them side by side, is it?
No.
You don't have enough depth this way with Gene Gray in there.
No.
With the center wall out.
No, I don't. I mean, maybe with the center wall out I would, but I don't know. I don't have enough door space. Because it's got the two... what I want to do is I want to be able to take out the two doors and make the one side a bigger door. I don't want it the full length, but a bigger door and a man door.
Okay.
Or a bigger door and a narrower roll-up door. Something big enough that I could, if I need to roll something into that side of the shop, I could back out.
Yeah, able to get it in.
Right. I'm thinking down the line of, lathe or milling machine. Eventually. Love to have one of, those two machines in there.
I've seen a few of those for sale on Marketplace here recently. They're rather attractive pricing.
Yeah, I'd like to find one and like an old school Bridgeport mill or.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking like, 40s to 70s-ish Bridgeport.
Yeah, World War II era that, it's like the Time Hands watch, take a licking and keep on ticking.
Bye-bye, Rebecca. But what I was saying is I have to gut that whole shop of all the wiring in it. I have to run a new line. Mommy. I need to run a new line from the house out to the shop. So new conduit. And I need to be able to tap into my line in the house and send a full
220 current out there or 240. But I mean,
right now I have
how much you want to go out there.
Right now I have a single breaker, so 220 amps or whatever it is, sent out there, and each breaker powers one half of the shop. That's the lights and the outlets are on the same circuit for each side. Because I found that out the hard way. Because I had the heater on, and I plugged in my heat gun, the little overpowered blow dryer.
Yeah, bloop, done.
Popped the breaker, and only half my garage went out. So I had it plugged in, right? And all the lights and the outlets in one half of the garage went out. The other side of the garage was still lit. So that means literally half of the garage is on one breaker and the other half is on the other.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. Your lights should be on one breaker, and then maybe your outlet should be split off into two breakers at least.
Yeah.
And that's not including any you have going to, like a dedicated line for your air compressor or your welder. But what sucks is this house, they converted it from oil or coal to all electric. So we have electric baseboards in every room. And most of the time, each one of those takes up their own breaker. So we have a freaking huge-ass breaker box downstairs in our basement. Problem is most of the breakers are taken up with fucking registers. Which is stupid. Not to mention, I have to heat my basement anyway. Because now they've taken the heat source out of the basement that kept the pipes warm. They've taken it out, and now literally the basement will dip below freezing. Because there's nothing down there to keep it warm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they've got all the old cast iron and freaking copper piping down there. Cast iron will literally fucking explode. And obviously the copper will split.
Yeah, it's not happy when it freezes.
No, it just explodes. It shatters. So it's not like they're running Plex or something down there where if it freezes, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it just, ugh. What did Pilot say but correct? Night Bradley's daddy.
Yeah, it was his mother.
Yeah, I'm confused why he was saying but correct. Is he talking about something I said? Oh, you guys got to understand when you're in the chat, and sometimes you got to write a little bit more than just the reply, because I got to understand what you're referring to. Because we might be, 2 conversations past that by the time it shows up. But yeah, so I have to pull. I have to run new line out to the garage. I have to rewire the whole garage. We're literally pulling. I've got to pull everything out. I've got everything from cloth covered wire all the way up to the modern yellow jacketed wire out there. I got wires running from junction boxes into this, into that are literally just twisted. Oh my, it is. You know how I am. You know how I am, and looking out there just makes me want to cringe. and like, it's just like, why? It's cobbled.
You got a nice little garage.
It's several generations of wiring where they just tapped into the old shit and just kept tapping into it instead of, like, you literally have old school wiring feeding modern yellow wiring. It's like, why didn't you just... The yellow wiring is not that expensive once you've already gotten that far to just run it all the way. You know what I mean? Did you freeze? I think we lost Chris. Lovely. It's a lovely image. Oopsie, bye-bye battery. It's a lovely image, Chris. You froze on a very, very photogenic image. Yeah, but I mean, like, we had that at the Cole Township house. The Coledale house. There was old school wiring and new school wiring, but the old school wiring, it was. Am I gone too? Hold on. I'm still here. You know you can hear me, but I'm not here, apparently. Give me a second. There we go. I'm back. Chris is not. I don't know why it hung me up when they lost him. But at least, like, they ran the yellow wire from the box to the new area. The fabric wire we had in that house was just the original wiring. They didn't tap new wires into the old wires. Anything that they ran with new wires, they ran it all the way back to the box. This place literally has old wires going into a junction box with new wires coming out of said junction box. It's just, it's just, they got wires down. I'd have to show you pictures. It makes you cringe. Like, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. But even if and the thing is I eventually want to run a mini split out there. So that way I can heat that garage and cool that garage and insulate it. So it's got to get stripped out. I got to pull the wiring out of it. I need to I need to run the new wiring, insulate it, and drywall it. So, yeah, it's going to be it's going to need some work. And I just don't have the money currently to do it. So I was trying to put up a donation counter for redoing the garage, but I haven't found one that I can do vertically to, like, be on this area over there on the other side of the lovely photo of Chris we got. So looks like until net. Oh, are you down for the count then, Chris? Because I think I might get off then if you're not able to make it back. Yeah, I mean, mine's gonna need a project. It's just, am I gonna take out a loan to do it, or am I gonna be able to, fund it piece by piece? I think I'm gonna have to end up getting a loan to fix the garage. But in that case, I need to know that YouTube is going to be making enough money to make it worthwhile to do that. Even though I need to do it for myself anyway. But yeah, that whole garage needs to be rewired for me to even feel safe at that point. Because, I mean, my babies are in there. All it needs is one thing to go wrong and that place goes up in flames and my cars are gone. And when we toured the house, those garages were full of shit, so I wasn't able to actually go in and go look at it very well. There's a lot of things we didn't notice until after we bought it, because the house was still full of stuff when we went and looked at it. Not to mention you got that like new house, whatever. Oh, that's not good. Nothing like water and electricity. Landlord was supposed to buy enough tin for the garage when the roof got done on the house. Oh, apparently they didn't. I think I finished your sentence for you. I gotta take a picture of this. Where's my camera? There it is. Very photogenic picture of Chris. I'm gonna build the garage into 2 or 3 bay and do tin roof. Yeah, see, the thing is you don't own that property. I understand, it helps you out, but I have been burned so many times by improving my landlord's property and then getting fucked over. Okay, so it's a rent to own. I guess that's different. But anyway, I think that I'm going to get off of here. I don't think there's really much people left in here. Yeah, we're down to 3. Got 7 likes. I like that. But alright. Thank you guys for joining. And hopefully we'll be back here next week. I don't have any reason why I wouldn't be, but you never know. It's you, Brad, and I guess Pilot. Oh, and Miss Formie. Well, then there should have been like 4. Why is it saying 3? Well, maybe it is 4. But anyway, I don't know if I have much left to talk about, so. And it's already 12:30. Thank you guys for a great live stream, and we'll catch you guys next week.